Bloodlines Power. I am your Dungeon Master DM Don, and these are my players. No, pew 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 pew. So tonight we have a few things to talk about. One, we have some technical difficulties. Some of our cameras aren't working, so screw it. We're not professionals. We're not going to mess with it. We're going to go ahead and play anyways, so you'll be able to hear some of the people even though you can't see them. We also have two of our normal players are out. Our cleric is gone, and Egan, our fighter, is gone. However, we also have two new players to introduce to everybody. We have Valman, the rogue, and we have Obi, the fighter. So, Obi, why don't you go ahead and start? Tell us a little bit about you, if you want, and or your character, if you want. You don't have to, but if you want.
Second year playing, not consistently. No, by the way, I'm Vincent.
Hello, Vincent!
This is my very first character. Luckily, he never died in the first campaign, so that I had a chance to resurrect him. So I am. He's a human fighter. He is all for protecting people, protecting his loved ones and the people near him that's on his team. He will lay on his shield or lay on a sword if he needs to, and that means the person on his left or right is being saved.
Awesome. Welcome. We are so excited to have you here. And Egan will be happy to have a fellow fighter to train with, I guess.
Locked up just
share one stories. And same thing, a little bit about yourself and or your character or just nothing.
Name's Nathan. I've been playing this game since I was 12. Off and on, of course, but I've been playing for a long time and played a couple of different versions of the game, 3.5 and 5e. My character is a halfling rogue. His name is Valman, and his whole shtick is that he's kind of like Robin Hood, but with keeping a little extra for himself too.
With Robin Hood tax.
Yeah.
Got it.
And if you don't know who Robin Hood is, well, pick up a book. I'm just kidding.
Pick up a book.
Pick up a book. Go watch the Disney movie. But that's about it for him.
Welcome. Glad to have you.
He was a fox, right?
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Not fantastic, Mr. Fox. It's a different guy.
He's just the average Mr. Fox.
Yes, see, there you
go. And for a little bit, we're going to go, again, a bit of a recap from, I guess, not all the way from day one, but I'm going to try to hit a couple of highlights to get us caught up to last session, and then our bard will fill us in on what happened last session. So this is a world of Faerun on the Sword Coast as well. This is 500 years after the end of the Rise of Tiamat. That is a campaign where Tiamat was summoned. There were a group of adventurers at the time called the Asher's Adders, and they defeated Tiamat and drove her back into the Nine Hells. However, the dragons realized they are the alphas in this world, in this material plane, and so they decided, hey, it's probably a good idea that we go ahead and rule this bitch, even though she's not here. So individually, they claimed certain sections of land, and they had the battles of claim, all these fighting until the strongest shall survive. And there were these alpha dragons left to rule the territories. And instead of scorching the earth, they decided to make the humanoids, give them monthly tithes to continue to grow their horde without the dragons really having to do anything other than be badass. And so 500 years has passed. That's just the way it is. Normal way of life. Dragon activity is not that heavy. There are dragon riders in this world. A difference between a dragon rider's dragon and an intelligent alpha dragon is there are the intelligent creatures, and then there are also the beast dragons. A beast dragon doesn't have the same intellect and ability to communicate and talk as an intelligent dragon would. So think of it, there's two different types of dragon species. Kind of like a really smart dolphin dog creature, and then the super intelligent plotting, planning, thinking dragon that'll probably be smarter than any of us. And those are the beasts are the ones the dragon riders bond with and grow with and have their connection to. There are also dragon hunters. They're the only ones that actually can harvest dragon parts off of a deceased dragon, and those go into a black market in our system because it is illegal to kill dragons since the world is run by dragons. However, it happens. Some magic can be enhanced by using certain dragon parts. So you either have to be able to be a dragon hunter and harvest your own parts, or be willing to go in the black market and spend some coin and get those items. We have traveled around. So the A team was developed and has grown in notoriety. They were hired by Lemon, who is the Open Lord of Waterdeep, to try to find some pieces of an ancient staff that had been separated into multiple pieces and hidden across the world. And she has told them that once these pieces are reunited, that she will be able to use that to help rid this world of the dragon's rule. And the A-team was like, sounds like a good idea, so let's do that. However, after a few missions, they kind of decided, I guess we don't like working for Lemon anymore. So they said, nah, we're good. So they started doing their own thing and their own adventuring. They're still
we did retrieve one piece for her, right?
two, wasn't it?
Was it two?
Two pieces.
Okay. Maybe the other one before I was here.
And so they started doing their own things, doing their own missions, and taking care of their own backstory things. And in the meantime, Lemon had hired her own new adventuring team to continue the work that she had the A-team doing. The A-team has cycled through some people. There were some deaths and some resurrections and some characters that have moved on, done their part and left. Bahamut was resurrected from one of the A-team members. Bahamut had put himself into a self-induced amnesia and into a humanoid form to walk the earth or the world of Faerun until his humanoid form did enough good that it would trigger his memory to come back and for him to be able to take his form again. That happened, and that was actually one of the players. And so Bahamut is now back into the world, and as such, our cleric, Lux, has made that his deity and has been devoted very specifically to Bahamut since he witnessed a miracle in front of his eyes. So that's a thing.
So that's the thing.
So that's a thing. Then there was... let's say we'll take that up to our last session. And Mr. Wade, tell us what happened last time we played Bloodlines of Power.
Okay, last time we played Bloodlines, the salient part of the mission that we're on right now is we visited the land of the Fae, whatever that's called. And the Fae world.
Wild. Yeah.
The Fae wild, okay.
Same thing.
Tomato,
and
tomato. Spoke with the spirit of the great Wyram Dreadrenurk, who we had encountered many sessions ago.
When he was actually alive.
When he was alive and all but broke my psyche in that particular one. But anyway, we were called to the Feywild to speak with the spirit of the great Wyvern Dreadrenurk, who tasked us saying that there is a great evil brewing in the mountains north of that's Dreadrenurk.
He gave me a piece of that.
To scale. No. He tasked us that there is a great evil brewing in the Sword Mountains, which are north of Waterdeep, and that we are to investigate the source of this and do what we can to stop it. After we got out of there, we came back, tried to figure out a plan. We know that the Dragon Lord of Waterdeep,
The Alpha Dragon
of Waterdeep, is named Fury and is a black dragon with yellow and red highlights. We believe that dragon's interests are probably aligned with ours in that dragon has protected Waterdeep. We've witnessed that dragon protecting Waterdeep from an attack from another dragon, where it defeated and vanquished that other dragon. So that we know that Fury, the Dragon Lord, is that the Alpha Dragon of Waterdeep, lives in the Sword Mountains north of Waterdeep, we expect him to be in one of the first or southernmost mountains there. We do not know the location of this evil that we're tasked to find. We're making the assumption that that evil is not fury.
Okay.
Wait, that's an assumption, but it seems to be a reasonable enough assumption.
True.
And so we set out to find Fury to see what he might be able to tell us about the evil, perhaps locate the evil, maybe even enlist his aid in dealing with whatever this.
And how did you guys go about finding him?
So to find him, we decided that the quickest way to Fury, because nobody actually knows where his lair is, would be to follow the tribute wagon that goes out every couple of weeks to bring the town tribute to Fury. So we got the permission of Lemon, the Lord of Waterdeep, to be the guards that accompany the tribute wagon as it goes north. Also, besides the A-team, we also have Anlo Creel and the Lady Coraline, who is a human form of a teal dragon. What color is she anyway? Kind of
Technically sapphire.
Sapphire. Okay. So, they're the B team. When the A team went off onto to other adventures, they're the ones who stepped up and became Lemon's
I guess they're the
people
C
in
team
dealing with it.
because we were the B team and we had Bert.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Ouch.
He was
Okay.
he was the swarm keeper. I was like, we're the B team.
We still have Bert. Bert
He's
and Innocence
retired.
are at our encampment that we're
estate,
building,
yeah.
our estate that we're building just outside of Waterdeep as well. But anyway, so we are accompanying the tribute wagon north, though we're not really sure where it goes. And Anlo and the Lady Coraline are with us, and we were randomly attacked by a blue dragon, and we had to stop and defeat the blue dragon, and that's where we stopped the last session. That's right after we had defeated it. The plan being that we were going to have our cleric, Lux, speak to the dead and try to get some information from the blue dragon, because we really don't know what is going on in the politics of dragondom here. I mean, is this like the great upheaval and what do they call it? The battles of claim starting all over again for who's going to have what territories, and in which case, everybody just take cover. And so that's where we are, and it's just unfolding as we do. We've just defeated the blue dragon, but for lack of having our cleric here, and I don't know, he just disappeared during the fight, I guess. Then I guess we're not going to be able to harvest the parts, and we're not going to be able to speak to the dead on this blue dragon.
I guess not.
So we're going to have to forego that part and continue the tribute wagon road.
Could we theoretically have him just do some rolls in between sessions?
just theoretically.
So just because realistically, if he was there, he would have wanted to harvest the parts and.
Of course he
speak with them.
would, but his
All he has to do is make some rolls,
his person
right?
decided not to show up.
Because we want the dragon parts.
No, too bad.
Definitely do want those. Because those are
So
expensive.
this is
Anlo Creel.
well, I'll get that thing.
This is
to pop
half of
up.
Anlo
So
Creel.
that's Anlo Creel, and then this is his humanoid friend. This is
Concubine.
Elf, but she actually turns into that.
I knew a dragon would be hot.
Right. So for those of you guys that are new, a dragon rider's dragon, once it gets to a certain age and or ability, then it is able to actually shift into a humanoid form, and this is a humanoid form for this dragon. And that is that.
I think we might have heard our Prius pull up.
All right, so that was them. Okay, So there is this dead blue dragon, and here is the thing. So you have Anlo, the dragon rider, and his dragon as part of the crew that was with Lemon. However, two of the other members that was in that fight was Obi, who was also escorting the wagon for Lemon, and Valman,
Yes.
and Valman, who was also escorting the wagon. So these were two of the members that were of that team. So as you guys are standing around, having just defeated the blue dragon as it's in front of you, you guys are all kind of collectively standing around. And are those cupcakes available for anyone?
They are.
So I'm gonna.
Unless they're all eaten.
I'll munch a cupcake while you guys figure out what you guys want to say. As victory has just been had, the threat seems to have faded, and you guys are now standing around at kind of like I guess like halfway up a mountain in a clearing with a dead blue dragon.
All right.
On your mark, set, go.
Anlo, you want to fly back up and make sure there's nothing else coming down at us, because that's how we found it the last time. Or not Anlo, Coraline was basically flying recon and said there's a blue dragon coming and it doesn't look friendly. So why don't you go back up and make sure there's no other not friendlies coming that we should know about.
So Anlo just kind of confidently takes his gaze from you over to her, and he's just kind of like, and she walks over and get into dragon form. Actually, she was already in dragon form because she was fighting.
dragon.
Yeah, she walks over in dragon form, and then he just kind of climbs up into his custom-made saddle. He's like, "We'll be back." She just like gracefully just takes to the air, and you see her kind of like doing some spirals up, and then the spirals getting wider and wider as they are now, and the occasional shadow comes across the ground by you as it's them.
Okay. So who knows? Do you guys know the? I don't know the tribute wagon route. It's easy for you to say. Okay. Does Anlo know?
They tell you that it'll be about another few hours.
The horse knows the way, basically, and
they'll tell you that in about a couple more hours you guys will get to the spot where they stop. However, they don't go into a cave or anything. There's a spot outside. They drop it and they leave it, and then something else, whatever the Fury or whatever comes out and gets it. They know the spot where they put the wagon, and they just turn around and go back.
Good.
It's a couple hours away from here.
Alrighty.
Well, we have a couple more hours to go.
Okay.
I guess so then.
Does anybody need any rest or recoup before we move forward?
Well, I'm fine enough.
I think I'm fine enough too.
Out of curiosity, how often do the tribute wagons get attacked by dragons, or have I myself seen or fought a dragon at this point?
First time you ever heard of it.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna be my next question. So do you guys do this often?
Not fighting the dragons. That's something that doesn't happen all that often. It's usually pretty calm taking it up because it is a tribute. Most people don't mess with us when we're taking it up.
I figured. I was just with all this upheaval.
Do you guys fight dragons normally? Because that's not something that I've experienced.
That's what?
Normally,
Third or fourth? For
normally is a spell.
Well, more often than the average person.
I'd say
One dragon is
If
more
I-
than anybody.
If
That's
I had a copper for every time I fought a dragon,
I'd have a silver.
I'd have roughly well, one of them we didn't really fight. We kind of ran away.
That's fair, but it's weird that it happened that many times, right?
It's been,
Yeah.
I'd say, in terms of the average person, we've faced a few more dragons than the average person. Yes. The first time I died was fighting a dragon.
Oh, okay. So one of those was not as triumphant as this one was.
No.
Well, that's fair enough. That's a fair statement.
Talking about I missed the first part. The dragon you guys smashed his head in the swamp. That one.
No, we're talking about the great Wyram Dregrunner that we ran.
Well, no,
with
we're
our
talking
tail
about the
behind
time.
it.
I was talking about the time when Locke died.
Oh,
the
well,
first
yeah.
time Locke died.
That was a black dragon.
Yeah, it was a obsidian.
Blackfish, yes,
Obsidian dragon.
Correct.
Yes.
Mhm.
And Locke
And then there's
leaves
the-
out the part where he died in the water.
Then there's the ethereal green dragon that we.
Well, we don't talk. We're not going to talk about that one. That one.
So they don't talk about
that.
it.
Does
They didn't kill any
count.
dragons because they don't want to
I
talk
forgot
about
about that one.
No, you never did nothing.
Well,
to
Locke
nobody.
didn't fight that one.
Yeah.
Locke wasn't a part of that one.
it. Was that bird?
That was Bert. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, and then there's our friend Yudi's the Invincible or whatever.
Yes, but we don't talk about him. I don't think we should talk about it though. We can talk about. Well, so I think Locke has only fought. This is the second dragon Locke's fought directly,
Wow. All right.
but
That's
this
two more than
one.
he's seen.
Well, yeah. Looks,
Well,
it's
one
good to
more.
have experience, I guess.
Yes. Well, I mean, not much experience needed when you.
Well, you got more than I do, so.
The key is to get them down on the ground so that you can
That
actually
is-
fight them. As long as they're flying, it's rough.
Yes.
What was? Oh, that was the ethereal one
The ethereal one.
in the forest.
Or or you just have an archer blow the hell out of him with a couple of nifty little shots.
Yeah, that one we happen to have the right
Well.
armament.
Since we got time, you want to lay on a couple of those stories as we start making our way up?
Oh yeah, well.
Did you
No,
guys-
but I could sing you the Ballad of Bronzebeard if you'd like.
I'd rather take a
Smash
cherry
cut
tune
to the
than I would
road.
just thinking about all this.
Yeah, no, that's I can't see nothing else. If I were
Cleared the door.
Lux. I don't know what happened to Lux. So what happened? What are we saying happened to Lux?
We're just not.
Okay, well, so we're not able to harvest this thing because our normal harvester is out of commission. It seems he fell off a rock and onto his head. We'll keep him on the wagon until he wakes up, I guess.
Good idea.
He went to take an extended bathroom break, and he took the fighter with him to make sure he was safe.
Oh well, fair enough.
Battle buddy.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah.
Never poop alone in the woods.
Actually, that's a very good
Rule number 4.
That's a very good rule.
I'll take that one.
Talk about being in a horrible situation.
So it's like always checking the back of a wagon before you take off with it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's my rule number 1.
Yes.
2 is cardio.
Beware of bathrooms. Locke has his rules.
Never start a land war.
I mean, he has a whole book. Was it 13 or?
Oh, it's more than that.
26
It's
or-
like over 50. It was basically so. In his backstory, he was like a criminal, and then his sister like bailed him
This
out.
is this in game or is this out of game?
I'm just explaining just about the rules because he
Out
still
of
has them. There is 71 rules.
Fun.
And some of them were added since this game. For example, don't pull the rope was one of the rules. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh,
Don't
see,
push. Don't
push.
push the rope.
No, don't pull the rope.
Oh, because that had
Remember
that,
that? Yeah.
had the alchemist jug of alchemist fire in it. I
Don't pull the
think.
rope. Rule number
Oh.
71. Yeah.
So there was a jug of alchemist
You
fire,
have
and they
don't
went to go
walk into
climb
the
it,
water,
and
they
it was
don't
just
have to
attached to a
walk
jug, so when
into
they
the
pulled
water.
on it, the
It's
jug
probably
fell
not
and
bad.
Don't go
Oh
into
my
the
gosh,
water
that's
if
fantastic.
you don't have to.
that was an easy trap.
Don't
It was
walk
just a rope
into
and a jug.
poisoned water while you're invisible and nobody knows where you are.
Yeah. Don't go into the water if you don't absolutely have to. Rule number 72.
Because you'll die. That was always 72. I saw it at the back. It didn't like leapfrog and jump up.
Well, I'm adding to. I'm assuming. So
I
he
started
was
painting it, so
he was a
So you got glued on.
a thief.
I got it
and
glued
then he
on,
got
and I just did
in
like a
jail.
bunch
His
of base
sister
coats
bailed
and
him out and
Right.
basically
some
gave him a bunch
washing
of
on some
rules on how to be good.
On how to be a
And so
good
he
person.
follows his rules now.
And now he adds to them.
He now is adding to the rules.
Oh,
now
fantastic.
that he is
Right
trying
in
to be
there.
better. So like,
It looks pretty
keep in
on.
excellent physical shape is basically.
I also brought popsicles because I thought it was kind of warm then.
Yeah, always. the
Oh
case
yeah,
with
yeah.
Dagger.
I'm hoping that we're out the end of this storm. You know, that'd be nice.
So yes.
And for our new guys, this is Chrome, our monk slash barbarian slash dragon converter slash min-maxer extraordinaire.
What? You know what? I'll take it.
Any
Everybody
monk
loves
is
a good min-maxer.
not a min-maxer.
Yeah, he doesn't
Unless
just,
you're
he
the
doesn't just
DM.
punch. He turns in a dragon claws that he can choose like what kind of
That's
weapon
part of the thing.
damage that it can do.
Oh.
You know, I don't know. He just homebrewed, made up all his own shit. I think. So.
Show me the rules. Points at the rules. I'm not reading that. Well,
So-
yeah. So he's.
Drew,
Are you the
this
stabby
is
type
Vinny
of
next to you.
the
Vinny,
rogue, or are you the shooty type?
Yeah, we met.
In the stabby type.
playing,
Stabby
he's
type.
playing the
Very
same
good.
OB as a human fighter.
Very,
Oh,
very
yeah,
good.
yeah.
This time, not 5.
Yeah, a little bit higher level now.
And Nathan
Oh, wait,
is
I can
playing
ask
a
him, Carrie.
halfling.
Yeah,
I was
I'd
a
ask
rogue.
him.
Were
in
you
history.
you were a fighter in the game
Yeah.
too, right? So
Yeah.
you just brought your fighter.
I used to be a
This is
rogue
my
before I
favorite character.
died. So
So
the first time.
Nathan is halfling,
Halfling?
arcane trickster rogue.
Okay.
It's okay. You
Yeah, if
can
you
laugh.
wanna
I
choose
used to be an
one.
adventurer like you, and I took and hurt to the knee.
They're pins, so you can just choose one.
Oh,
yes.
no.
I think there's a fighter.
Yeah, no, but I don't care.
You
Yeah,
got
my,
your
my guy is
woman
that
so
or
stabby.
Drew, in game, these are
he's
two of the
got
members
movement, but
of
stabby
The other
rogue
party?
Lemon's
because
party
also
that was bringing the
found
wagons.
this very nice
As you
thing
guys
that
were in
warms
the
up.
Oh,
plateau part of the mountain
Yeah,
where
I
the
got
blue
one.
dragon
Oh, you got one
attacks
too?
that
Okay, I was
was
sitting
going
there
on.
all like,
handled.
I didn't know who had ones. I was like,
Yeah.
we'll be careful with
We
it.
gotta win them.
Hey,
No, it's
you
good
can
to
pass
have
it to
two.
him.
Yeah.
If you want, go ahead and choose a pin.
Well, the DM doesn't get first choice.
No, you already
You already got it,
remember?
Blaze. You already got it.
I gave you first choice when I brought it.
Alright, fine.
I just thought since we got new people and I still have a bunch of leftover pins, I might as well just get rid of them.
There you go.
That's fun.
Can I put these in your freezer?
If there's room, you can try to just cram it in there. It's like one of those you gotta like open it, throw a shoulder in, and hope it doesn't
These
fall
are
out.
fun. These are way more fun than I remember these rules. I haven't looked at these rules in a while. They're really fun.
What rules?
The hexes rules, the
His
lock got
72
from
rules
Hex.
for his character.
I don't even
Oh!
know. Yeah, the rules I wrote at like the beginning of this campaign,
Yeah,
like a year
your
and a half
long
ago.
list of
72.
crazy
There's
rules.
72 now. Yeah, never lick a knife is one of them.
Whoa.
I just saw a meme about that. It was like this like little like rogue was like with his knife, and he's at the end of it, he's doing all this flare something. He's like,
And then he cuts his
no, he was poisoned. He's like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't have done
Those
that
were
like Hagrid. Yeah, love
Yeah,
it.
thank you very much.
Eat a live toad the first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you for the rest of the day.
For the record, I was down about to
They're
about
my favorite.
30 hit
They're
points, so
fun.
I cast
They're
Cure
fun.
Wounds on
Man.
myself to bring me up to about.
I love characters with rules.
Thank you for that. I'll make sure we mark
Yeah.
it.
Wait, you took
Yeah, that's
You did damage on
actually
that
pretty
fight?
funny, yeah.
I thought we just like pummeled the.
Well, there was the breath weapon. It
Oh,
dropped the
it-
breath
it
weapon.
dropped one breath.
I took the first strafe, and it took me from like 100 to 34. And
That's right. It did like 8 like insane amount of
Yeah,
damage
we don't
on
have
one
Bert's
thing.
beeswax anymore, unfortunately. So
Hey, you know, what is it? You fisted
I
it
did-
to the
I
ground.
won't
and,
say. Well, it's called Bigby's hand.
He's not gonna tell you where it was. The place though.
Well, it was.
It's been a lot of places Big Beef the Hand has been.
Yes, it's my. Well, yeah. No comment.
All right.
No more
So
comments
anything
on
else that we
Bigby's
need to
hand.
do before we head on? What time of day do we decide it is? Is it early afternoon now when we got this?
Well, I
set
thought we started the mountain in the morning, right? And then it was like an hour or something.
Because you guys took like a kind of like a day to kind of get there, then you guys started the day kind of going up the mountain. So yeah, we're like afternoon now,
Okay.
and they've already informed you that it's gonna be a couple more hours to get to the drop-off spot.
Not much longer.
And lowlands.
Do you guys ever come
And-
up and get the wagon back, or do you just bring
It's
a new
usually
wagon
just
every
not
time?
there anymore.
Just build a new wagon every.
We
That
just
seems
don't-
expensive.
It is.
What's the
but
wagon
hey,
economy like?
Wagon economy. Well, wagon wise, you know.
I just wondered if anybody ever came up and got the wagon and brought it back. And
I'm just wondering, like, is this like a ploy by the wagon company? Like, is the wagon guy like in on this?
Man, I don't know. I don't ask those questions. I just try not to die.
So what happens is there's gonna be an empty one when you get there, and you guys actually grab the empty one and swap it out.
oh,
okay,
there's a pair of wagons.
Fine.
Oh.
All right.
Like there's a plan and everything.
Well, I was kind of hoping
Okay,
it'd just be like we'd show up and there'd just be twigs on the ground of the old wagon after the
It's
wagon
just been,
crashed.
it's just been
Like
exploded.
not respecting property at all.
Not respecting the property
just
that
like
brings gold at
Shrapnel
all.
of a busted wagon where it was left.
I was kind of hoping for that.
All right, onward and upward.
Onward and upward.
So and lowlands,
Oh,
and they're like, "Yep, skies look clear."
All right.
all right.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards.
Onward.
Angelo, this is your wagon train. You okay with taking off now?
Everybody's ready.
I think we are.
I think it's time to mosey.
So then,
Oh, the accent's coming.
everybody
Oh,
roll
no,
a
it's
d20 and tell me who gets
It
highest.
spreads. It always spreads. The lock accent always
Nothing added on.
spreads.
Just roll a d20.
16.
15.
16. Anybody higher than 16?
4.
4. 4.
Oh
That
no.
one.
You rolled so many ones.
Andrew.
I think I need to stop
Okay.
using that die.
So 16. I want you to roll
like
a
4.
d6 for me.
Yeah, but it was all worth it, honestly.
4?
A 4. Okay. So as you guys start venturing on, you guys get the horses calmed back down. They're still attached to the wagon. As you guys start pulling it, you got to make a little bit of a detour around the dead dragon's body as you continue up the path. And for that next hour, with the 4, everything seems to be okay. Is anybody planning on trying to do a short rest at all, or no?
Can you do a short rest while just chilling in the wagon?
Yeah, if you were just riding in it, doing nothing more than like eating and tending to
And
wounds.
then how much space is in the wagon for people?
You'd just be sitting on top of a big pot of
Gold.
money.
You can
Scrooge McDuck it?
Yeah.
It would be uncomfortable because you'd like.
Yeah,
It'd
when
be
you
sad
actually
if
try to
something
Scrooge
made
McDuck, you just
Made
Yeah,
it
yeah,
into
yeah,
your
fingers.
pocket there.
What's that?
It'd be sad if some of it made its way into your pocket.
Oh yeah, I'd be dead then. Yeah.
All right. So remember, in this world, the stickiest fingered thief would not dare touch a coin on that card.
Oh yeah, no.
But apparently a dragon would. That's
All right.
bizarre.
Oh damn! Fucking Siren Escape. All right. So then.
I will take a short rest on the gold pile.
Also, you are gonna try to take up on it.
I mean, I'll just chill on the wagon. Can I sit on the side and just like put my feet down, and like.
Sure.
Feet around in the gold. Yeah, shit.
So that first hour goes uneventful.
No, I'm just laying back.
So
on the
then
back
you
of the
can
wagon.
go ahead and roll usage dice if you have any available.
Does my song of rest work on a short rest?
I don't know, what does it say?
Yeah, it is short
Yeah,
rest, right?
1d8 hit point healing to the party on a short rest.
So you're gonna sing them a song? while
Yes,
you guys
I'll
are
sing. I'll
walking?
sing it part of the Ballad of Bronzebeard. You can have an extra 5 HP for that.
I think I'm already at full. Because they just wrecked
It
the
starts
dragons.
like this. Just sit right back and you hear a tale of the A-Team's latest quest.
Alright, listening.
Okay. So, I'm trying to do a couple of things here
Okay.
at the same time. So yeah, you're able to get your short rest in Chrome.
Woo!
Yeah, that's not gonna work. All right, I'm not gonna try to fuck with that shit right now. So we're gonna go back to install. Let's just. Try this.
Oh no, I took a crap ton of damage for that.
Let's try that. See how that sounds. Okay. So who had the highest? Next one was 13. Is that right?
I was 13.
Both of
You
you?
did
Oh, yeah,
15.
15. So go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
How much bonus healing is it? 5, you said?
He said 5 more.
2.
A 2. A 2. A 2. A 2. A 2.
My 20s are usually pretty good.
Is it a 2-2?
Okay. So as that second hour goes by, you guys are a little bit nervous, right? A little gun shy from having seen this dragon attack, and so as everybody's kind of going, some of you guys get a little jumpy as you kind of like hear noises or hear something, but it's just like the occasional kind of critter or whatnot. So it's not really an imminent danger. However, you guys are starting to notice each other as being a little jumpy. As you kind of like try to play it off like, no, you don't. It's all cool. So everybody seems a little bit edgy.
Like seeing a shadow? That's a hot.
I'm good. You good, man?
Are you good?
You good? I'm good. All right.
I'm a man of few
I mean, but
words.
really, how many dragons have we killed? Are we actually jumpy at dragons?
We already went through that. Actually,
We were getting into
Locke just realized this was only his second dragon.
Yeah.
It was actually
Yeah, because Bert was the shadow dragon. And then, well, we didn't fight Eudes. We actually just kind of ran away. And then he didn't even kill the black one that we killed.
The first one?
Oh no, he did fight Eudes. I'm thinking of the gold one, the great Wyrum.
Dreadrunner.
I think I've killed 3 or 4.
You guys
That
started
would
to
be-
try. You started to try to lie to Dredrinurg, and then
Well, that was a weird. That was a weird
I think you
situation.
tried pocketing like some gold, or somebody did.
Oh, that was probably Kenny. Let's be.
No, I made the mistake of saying I wanted to write a song about his greatness, and he didn't want to be known. And
That's
he
right.
He just fucking
Because
went
okay,
in to burn my
so
brain and scared the crap out
so
of me.
this is some world history because everybody's kind of aware of like young, adult and ancient dragons. Great Wyrms are actually older than ancient dragons and have only been known as kind of like myths. Are they real? Are they not real? Nobody's ever really seen one, met one. Nobody could ever validate that they exist. Okay? And so when they met it, and he's like, I'm going to sing songs about you. He's like, fuck no, you're not, because I'm a secret, bitch.
I like the fear that my legend ensues, man.
he was like, no. And so they actually not only got to see a miracle by having Bahamut appear in front of their eyes, they also got to see something that nobody's ever really been able to prove before, which was a great Wyrm.
And live.
And
live to never tell the tale.
the cleric had succeeded on like a history check because he's into like this whole dragon research. He succeeded on a history check which told him like what he can remember from the fairy tales or whatever they've been written and some stories is that they weren't sure if these older dragons were even more powerful than an ancient, or if they are now so old that they are starting to get weaker. However, the A-team discovered which one of those answers was correct.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Whether we wanted to or not.
Whether you, and it appears that they are even more powerful than an ancient.
For now.
Exciting.
So it's if they choose to disclose that to your characters, that's up to
Do
them.
we know?
But as players, you now know that, but your characters do not know that because they have been a little tight-lipped about the existence of a great white.
I'm not saying he's gonna murder us if we tell people. So
He
it's kinda
did say he was going to murder. That's true.
Do we know what type of dragon Fury is?
Black-red hybrid. Is
No, like
So-
ancient, like the on the
So
scale.
Probably.
the size of it, you can't really tell for sure. But what you guys did see as it flew over you was it appeared to be black scales with like the red and the orange, almost as if it was like fire crackling between or lava between the scales. And it was a little bit of hard to tell because as you're looking up, it's kind of like sun, and then the sun's blocked by it, and it was kind of fast as it was moving. Grabbed the greenish dragon, just started ripping it apart like it was like a ragdoll chew toy as it curved out towards the sea. And just started dropping pieces of the other dragon into the ocean, and then just bang again, right, kind of like the sun, and then disappeared into the mountains again. So black-ish with some like glowing shit underneath it is the best you guys can recollect.
That's what people have been saying to me my whole life.
Black-ish with red shit, with red glowing. Don't get me in trouble, man.
Banned.
There we go.
Just
With that being said, if anybody's not
Five.
in the front, I just want to go like just on the front of the horse, right? It's being.
The horses are pulling the wagons, so if you want
So I
to
just wanted to kind of be just
walk in front,
walk in front
walk
and
point, got it.
Yeah, I'll be
I got it. That actually sounds really good. So why don't we? If you guys want to go ahead and place
Wagons ho!
here, march it along.
Where is it?
off to the side.
I'm chilling on the wagon.
Here, I got a couple horses there. You guys can use.
Oh, fantastic.
Those look like they came from like the kids' play sets.
So, if you really want to get into it, some of my first
We have a
crafting
couple
videos.
of clamper reachers around
Oh,
here
you need a
somewhere.
router?
Well, it just might be easier if we're
Oh, yeah. Instead of reaching clear across the table and
So,
everything.
Drew, those actually were. Those were like bright orange and yellow.
yeah, from the kids
solids.
thing?
Which is, I thought I
There was
left
a pack
them
of them.
here, but I don't think I.
And then
I
what I
guess
did is
Yeah,
I
I got a
created the
bunch of
bases
rainbows
out of
and
just like
random.
cardboard, or not even cardboard,
More
like just
like
like
a lock.
thick paper,
Like plastic paper.
kind of like cardstock almost, but not plastic
just
stuff.
random shit that's in
And
there.
then
Most of them are bardish like that.
so that's just hand painted over like a bright yellow and a bright orange.
I mean,
Oh, that's good.
it's a cheap way to get like some
Yeah,
like
that's
animals,
close enough.
right? You got your barnyard bunch.
I thought I did
A
pretty
little
good.
bit short for you.
Is lock behind your thing? Or did I bring him home?
What does he look like?
He's a blue tiefling.
Oh, I don't have him. Oh yeah, your actual painted one.
Yeah.
No, I don't have him.
Okay, I'll check. Because I thought I had him. I thought I'd left him here, but I guess not. That's okay. So I'm gonna use the little gnome for Locke.
The gnome?
The gnome. Yeah.
What is Locke's a tiefling?
Yeah, blue tiefling.
Here, you can use this one for now. If you want.
Okay.
That's the one I got handy at least.
Oh, sure, that works. That looks a little bit more evil than Locke.
A little
You
bit
were
more
shorter
Locke-
than the
a little bit
halfling
more
using this
Locke-ish.
thing.
A little more Locke.
I don't have a lot of
Yeah.
seasons, and
That's
he just happened.
I have him at home. I thought I left him here.
He just happened to be in my cubby hole as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
That works.
Come home.
so that's Chrome sitting on the wagon, and that's kind of where you guys want
Yeah,
to
let's
be.
make sure.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's a
So
coconut.
as you guys are going, that is your. You know what we can do, right?
What?
I think I could at least maybe just kind of give you guys some background. Or
What
maybe
is that?
That's,
Oh.
that's the two horses clopping.
Just 'cause he doesn't
Oh,
have
you're doing
coconut.
like two at once.
He
The
doesn't have
coconuts.
right now.
The coconuts?
Yeah.
Well, you can do this, but they're probably not trotting.
That's true.
Okay.
They're also probably not in sync.
So I'm not gonna like set up all of the rocks and the trees and all that bullshit again. So I already had that last session. So.
Cool. Look at the rocks in the tree.
Yeah. So it's it's
Gorgeous in that.
and you
Pretty
guys are
flat.
and there's inclining as well, and so this isn't like a full on super road. However, this is a path that has clearly been made and it is used right for specifically bringing these tides up every month.
Out of curiosity, how wide is it? Is it like wagon can come, or is it kind of one wagon, like a one way up?
Sometimes a little bit of both. You know, sometimes the clearings are
Open up
like
some,
are big enough that like two wagons can go side by side. Sometimes you guys cleared just enough, you know, because for convenience versus having to go all the way around, where you cleared like just enough trees where the wagon can just like squeeze through. So you know, it's kind of like depending on the forest terrain, you just kind of use it to your advantage when it was when you didn't make it, but when it was the trail was initially cut through and made.
Is somebody riding the wagon and controlling the horses that way, or are we just kind of bit controlling them from the front?
Somebody be kind of like leading them forward. Because this is going to be like a walking pace because that cart's really fucking heavy.
No, but I didn't
So
know if we
they're-
were leading them from the front or somebody was sitting on the wagon.
So they're not really happy that Chrome's riding it because that's just more weight.
Like 100 extra pounds.
Hey, you pull an extra 100 pounds on top of what you're already pulling. You tell me if that's a lot or not.
But wheels, you know.
Well, but wheels going uphill.
Yeah, but it's inclined.
on dirt, yeah.
Not the best
So,
combo.
so your hour is up if you want to get off, or you can still keep being a dick and hang on there if you want.
I'll hop off. Everyone's
You
like
can stay up there.
getting like weird looks from the horses. Like
They're looking at you. They know
they like turn
something.
around and neigh at me. Like,
No, they
Like,
wink
sorry.
at you.
You did have a nice view of the horse's ass there.
I'm gonna get down and stay in the back. I'll watch the rear.
So you can moonwalk and go backwards.
Did you want to put Amlo and Coraline out, or are they flying?
They're going to be walking in the front. And she's back into her elf form as well.
Okay.
As you guys are going through there. So, it gets to a point where it kind of like levels off again. And a clearing as it opens up. As you guys can see some of the mountain wall as it comes down almost to like a cliff face. And as you guys start to approach, Anlo slows down. And then you guys can see in front of you this like rock wall, and it looks like there's like a big cave opening. And he just starts to stop and detach the horses. You guys also are able to notice that there is an empty wagon off to the side there as well. And what do you guys want to call them? The C team? Lemon's team starts to take
The L team.
unhitching the horses from this wagon and moving them over to the empty wagon. And starts doing starts collecting it up. So that's what you guys are seeing right now.
Do you guys normally make it back down in one day, or do you spend the night up here and then go back down there?
I don't think they want to spend the night up here.
You don't hang out right here.
No,
definitely
we
not
try to
right
make as far back as we can.
Well,
It's a lot easier to go downhill than uphill.
Unladen, yeah.
Probably, especially with an empty wagon.
I will say.
And then a couple of the other team members like, well, maybe not completely empty, if you know what I mean. As you just got off the wagon. He's like,
Oh.
the horses are a lot. It's a little easier for everybody to take a ride in the wagon on the way down since it's not full of like coins and treasures.
Well, if we're trying to camp here, I do have.
Is that what we're doing? Camping?
I would say don't camp here. Let's make a little ways away and then make a little camp.
We don't want to go too far though.
Wait, are we going in?
How
or
many people do
staying?
we have? Just for the sake of, because I have tiny hut.
So Lemon's team is 6. So Dragon, Anlo, Saraline, and then these 2 plus 2 more.
Well, how many are staying?
What is that total? I didn't get
She had 6. There's 6 on Lemon's team.
6 on Lemon's team, and
6
then
on 6 on 6.
But they're splitting. They're not
they're
hanging
splitting.
here.
So those of them.
Well,
splitting.
except are we gonna bribe Valman and is it Valman?
Yeah.
Valman and Obi to join our team instead.
Okay. So then.
Unless Lemon told him to keep an eye on us.
So I can't
I
create my. I can only fit 9 other creatures in my hut.
9 others besides yourself.
So 10 total, including me. 9 others.
Probably pretty.
Well, there's only 6 of us here.
It's a 10-foot radius around
Oh,
me.
so it's 20-foot diameter.
20
That's
foot
pretty big.
diameter. It's big enough to fit 9 people or 10 people laying down.
So
It won't be
there's
the
6 on Lemon's team. 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of them right
Okay,
now.
well.
Yeah, but Lemon team's not gonna hang here, right? They're gonna take the other. This is where. This is
I don't
where
know.
we're
Ask
part-
them. They're
Are they-
Lemon's
are
team.
So
And low.
I will let you in on what we are attached with. We are seeking the Alpha Dragon. We are seeking to discuss some private information with the Alpha Dragon.
An audience with him.
And so, if you feel like you would like to stay and help us in this, I would say, fairly important mission. Fairly might be understating it.
Might be an understatement. Yes.
Fairly, this extremely
In our endeavor.
important endeavor, then you may stay. However, I totally understand if this is not your vibe, if you would prefer to just return back to Waterdeep. I will not hold it against you, but if you would like to stay, we would be appreciative of any additional.
We are hiring.
Apparently,
Oh, you guys are paying?
personally,
well,
Personally, I'm more intrigued by number one, what has happened before, of why we got attacked on this this transfer of the tribute. So I'd like to find out more, not just for my own sake and my own curiosity, but also so that I have something more for myself to go on here than just, oh, we got attacked by a blue dragon today.
Has that ever
Whatever,
happened before?
brush it off my shoulder.
No.
Never happened before, no. So I'd like to get a little more information on what's going on. So I'm in if you guys are.
Okay. Well, you always have the option of asking Lord Lemon, and she will tell you nothing useful.
That is true.
was
I've been on
Nothing useful.
I've been on many excursions for her, and I've only learned very little. So
she is a tight-lipped individual.
Wait, is our goal
but
to
I mean, then
be
again,
in the open, or are we gonna
I did
hide?
get caught
What's-
trying to
We have
trying to
the
lift
tiny
something, so
hut.
we won't talk about that.
Another one.
So, I can put us all under some protection. I will let us know in advance. It will not actually defend us from a dragon's breath weapon should a dragon decide to.
So you just said you
breath
wanted to
weapon.
stay. So Anlo's like, what's your character's name? I guess I can write the fucking thing.
Valmin.
Valmin.
It's a-
Valmin.
Jean Valjean, yeah.
Yeah.
And Obi, right?
He has the,
I'm a Star
he
Wars
has the
fan, so
minimum
it's got-
Oh
I got
value.
yeah, no,
Obi.
that sticks a lot better than Valmin.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Anlo's like, Valman, so you're staying here?
Yeah, I'm sticking around. I got to find out what's going on.
Noted. As he's continuing to get the horses connected up.
My only question is, what is your feelings towards Lemon?
Not romantic. I'll tell you that.
Speak for yourself.
Well,
Not romantic. I will say.
Come on, she's super hot.
Questionable. We
well, I fight with it every day, so.
we're on the team of Waterdeep. If Lemon is also on the team of Waterdeep, we're on Lemon's team. If Lemon does not prove to be on the side of Waterdeep, we are not on Lemon's team. Are you on the side of Waterdeep, or are you on the side of loyalties to an individual?
Let me jump in here real quick. The three of you have seen her physically out the day after that dragon attack, like helping pull people from rubble and stuff. So you guys have actually seen her doing like
Yes,
physical.
I believe Lemon is on the side of Waterdeep.
Okay.
Locus just has reasonable suspicions
I just wanna-
about Lemon.
I
though,
just
right
want
now.
to make sure to just remind you guys what you guys have seen. That's it.
Whether or not Locke has seen that, he's also been kissed to death by Lemon.
What are you saying? She killed you?
That's what his assumption would be at this point. He has no information to contradict that. Or someone that looked like Lemon.
Natural causes happen all the time. You had a fucking headache, bro.
Man, maybe your heart skipped a beat and maybe one too many.
Yeah.
Shit happens, man.
Yeah.
She was comforting you.
He has bad associations with Lemon at this point.
So he's jumping to conclusions, got it. Okay.
Well, I don't want to make any assumptions, but there seems to be a causative effort causative effect there.
Anyway, so he has asked you both a question: are you on the side of Waterdeep or loyalty?
I'm on the side of what's true and just.
You
I
paladin?
like that answer.
I'm a fighter, but he's all about protecting. That's why he became a soldier. And
He answered it without answering it.
Yeah.
He's running for governor now.
Politics.
shaking babies and kissing hands.
Shaking babies.
I like it. Well,
Count me in.
I'm on the side of figuring out what's wrong first. First and foremost. That seems to solve most problems for me first.
Admiral looks at you. Are you staying as well, Obi?
Correct.
Well, Jesus, crimey. Are we all supposed to be here? And then he looks at the other two, and they're like, and they're looking at the horses like, nah, fuck this. I ain't going to no dragon cave. Fuck these motherfuckers. I'm out.
Y'all crazy.
That's a crazy motherfucker. You guys plan on staying here and going in there?
Well, Ambo, let me tell you, do you want to stay?
That's not what I've been tasked to do.
And
Yes.
I respect that task. You know, it's just my curiosity's taking me to this. I gotta know.
Are you a
Well,
Tibet?
on that question of loyalty, I'm loyal to the ones that have been good to me and have been paying me well as well. As he looks at Locke, if he's trying to answer that question. Sometimes loyalty is much more valuable than, as he looks over at Balman, than defiance. He looks back at Locke. And he looks away.
Well, for better or worse, the A-team seems to be, the destiny of the A-team seems to be somehow connected to the destiny of whatever is happening with the dragons.
Destiny, so you believe in made-up fairy tales, I see. Alright. Whatever floats your boat, my
Okay,
friend.
the luck then, if you don't like destiny, the luck of the A-team
Luck doesn't
seems to be
exist
tied
in
up.
this.
Lucky
game,
doesn't
does
exist
it?
in this.
it does seem like we're on some kind
You know
of
what?
a track.
I've
created
seen
by
in my
an
experiences
external
is
power.
that one makes their own luck versus praying for luck to happen to them.
Isn't that called cheating in cards or something?
If that's what you like to do is cheat, then
Well, if you're trying to make
That-
your own luck,
then
isn't that
that
normally
is your-
considered cheating?
how did all of a sudden are you pulling in cards with his conversation of luck and my talking about loyalty?
You said make your own luck, and then I thought about card games.
Because that's who you really are deep down. Understood. Got it. Learning more about this A-team.
Sorry, I'm just trying to be a snarky asshole right now.
Oh.
I really just want to cast suggestion on him and tell him to walk away. That's,
So we are
I
going
can
to,
subtle
we are
spell
going to
that
stay
nobody
here
has to know.
and beg for an
Nobody will
audience
know.
with Fury.
Nobody will
You are
Will they
welcome
know?
to stay here and be part of that audience, or you are welcome to go your own way.
We were
You
given
can go your own way.
we were given our job, and our job
Minor illusion thing.
our job was to deliver the wagon, and it appears like at least a couple of our team is planning on staying here with you. So be it. Free will, free choice, right? But that's not what I was. That's not what I was paid to do. So I will, as he looks at both of you, be continuing my job.
Cool.
All right.
Are we all set? All good?
Steal Pat
Moving
White,
on. See you later.
May the road rise to meet you on your path home.
May the road rise to meet you.
Isn't it like May
Well, that
fall
way
on
you
your
don't
ass
fall
or
off a
something?
So the other two individuals happily climb into the wagon to get more of a comfortable ride down the mountain. And Anlo and Sarahleen continue to lead the horses as they walk down. It's not an earthquake. I got kids upstairs. Even though there's not an upstairs here, it's over there.
This just vibrates through the whole.
Yeah, go ahead, go for it. I'm trying to be like slick with it, but
So what's the plan? Are we like camping out right next to this thing? Are we gonna go back into the forest? Are we going into the cave? What is the plan here?
Well, we don't have one. If it was up to me, I would say we just wait here with the wagon.
In the
see-
distance,
see it
as these are
come.
walking away, you hear a little bit of a. As he hears, you don't have a pet rat. You don't even have a plan.
I just look at you like, you don't have a plan?
Well, generally we just wing it, and it kind of works out in the end. But
Well, none of
You can
us.
admit that out loud.
Well,
Let's
none
be
of
real.
us know what happens to the tribute wagon after this point. Right?
Yeah, that's a
I
fair
don't know
point,
if Fury comes down, picks it up in a claw, and takes it away. I don't know if he has hirelings that handle that or whatever. My task is to get to Fury, and I think the best way to do that is to stay with the wagon and go where the wagon goes.
Makes sense.
Go.
Okay, so that is a
Right.
plan.
And
We got a plan.
and I'm not going to be duplicitous about it and have hide in the forest and jump out when he comes out because
That seems a little dishonest.
yeah, we're going to be upfront about it. We're going to be alert, but we're going to be upfront about it that this is why we're here. We are begging an audience for the Fury, and this is the only way we know to get to his presence.
So what you're saying is, we do have a plan.
sounds like we have a plan now.
Right, sounds good.
Who's the snarky asshole now? Oh, you don't have a plan? Oh, you do have a plan.
So you do
Which
have a
one
plan.
is it?
He's been spending too much time
Chrome
with
is the
Anlo.
designated snarky asshole today.
Well,
That was the plan I had.
thank you.
Well, I like that plan.
No, that's
At
a
least
good
it's
plan.
something.
I just wanted to talk it through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do have a plan.
Yeah. I'm glad we have a plan.
So make fire, make camp.
So the plan is not having a plan.
How
Make
about-
camp and make it light so that we can leave. I don't know when and who is going to show up.
Well, my other worry is that if Blue Dragon tried to take this earlier, if we leave it here, will someone else try to take it? I mean, it seems like people have been after this gold more now.
So you're now, instead of waiting for Fury, you're now protecting it for Fury. Is that what you're doing?
That would be.
Well, it would also be
I
good
mean,
to be in
that
would
Fury's
be a-
graces.
that would
actually
be a good way
a
to
certain
speak-
cover story.
Yeah, that we're
Well,
here protecting the tribute until he arrives. That makes
Yeah.
good sense, at least.
Because also it would be bad if we're here and then it's gone, and then
Yeah.
I don't want to be on that end of the stick.
I certainly agree. That is
So let's
bad
make
news.
light camp so that we can move when whoever comes to pick this up comes to pick this up.
Right.
Sounds good.
Should I start putting up a hut?
If
Hut,
you make a tiny hut,
Takes me.
what does the tiny hut look like from the outside?
I can make it any color I want, and it is.
Oh,
it
I
is
want
opaque.
I want it to be obvious that we are here. I don't want us to be like
A black
hiding in
opaque.
the hut and then jump out of it or something.
Can it be see-through?
No, it is opaque from the outside.
Okay.
But it could be like purple.
Yeah, I could make it like.
It could be like an
Obvious,
obvious.
very
An
obvious,
obvious
that it's an
half
opaque
dome, right?
purple
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So it is. Yeah, it says spells and magical effects can't go through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere is comfortable and dry. It is.
Cast a minor illusion of the A team's here that circles the tiny hut.
No,
a
because
little
I can't
marquee
cast
with
through it.
lights.
Yeah.
I can't cast through it.
We can go in and out of it though, right?
You can. I can't.
And once he
I have to
casts it, if
stay-
he goes out, it goes away.
I have to stay inside, but other people can go. You can also shoot through it with like bows and arrows and stuff. However, all other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Creatures and objects within the dome while you cast the spell can move through it. So stand in this circle for 11 minutes while I ritual cast the spell.
Stand in the
What if
place
something
where
the
you
size of a dragon just punted the entire tiny hut down the hill?
Oh, that's what's that? What's the one that puts you in an invulnerable ball, like a hamster ball?
The resilient sphere, yeah.
Yeah,
all
that
works.
one you can get punted around by a
Yeah,
dragon.
this one, it doesn't. It's stationary.
What's the size of it?
It's a 10-foot radius immobile dome.
So it's only a 20 by 20?
Yeah,
20
it's
by
big
20.
enough to fit us.
So you guys gotta get comfortable.
Yeah.
Make sure we don't put the cart in it because that'd be really bad.
It's
if we
only
can't get the
four
cart.
four
Yeah, put
squares
it next
wide.
to the cart.
Yeah, the dragon's breath weapon can go through it though, because it is not a magical effect. It is a physical effect.
That sucks.
Yeah, but you can't shoot a projectile through it that direction, can you?
You can shoot out of it if you start inside of it, but projectiles from outside can't come inside.
So
The
it's
dragon's breath weapon is not a projectile, nor is it a magical effect, so it goes right through. That is how the tiny hut rules are.
It's a Kevlar screen door. What are we talking about?
Kind of like
Kind of a Kevlar screen door. Yeah, it's a weird. quirk
Hasn't
of
it
the
been
wording
like
of the
sage
spell.
advice? Like,
No,
Oh.
that's the sage. The sage advice sustained that. It's a little bit weird, but it would be pretty silly if you could. But I'll just start casting it. It takes me 11 minutes. And
So
basically,
where are you just doing it right up there in the open next to the cart, or you trying to incorporate the cart too? So you
Not
guys
trying to
are
do the
underneath the cart.
I'm gonna leave the. We're gonna be like probably
Do you have a
20 feet from the cart.
Do you have a 20-foot circle you can throw out there? wait,
I
no.
don't have the
I have
the thing.
Who wants to be the shapeshifter?
The shapeshifter.
I shall be the shape bearer.
So yeah, I pull out my small crystal bead.
See if there's a 20-foot diameter circle there.
And then I flip through my notes for a little bit, and then after about 10 minutes, it takes a full minute, and you just see it start spiraling up around us. Like, like on Disney Channel when they used to do the, like, drawing thing with the little wand.
20-foot
That's kind of how it
Yes.
works.
Did
10
someone
foot
do like an
radius,
actual
10 foot
trace of
radius,
it and
20
all was
foot diameter.
terrible?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
10-foot radius, 20-foot diameter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a fire. It's smaller than fireball, but it's big enough to incorporate all of them.
Why is it
This
not
guy.
open?
Is that a 10-foot radius?
That was nice.
Yeah, 10-foot radius.
wow.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we should all fit inside.
I told you.
Rules is written, it fits.
Yeah.
Well, 10 feet would
so-
be 9 boxes, right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it should fit. It'll fit a total of 10
It's
creatures.
all in
Yeah, if you stack yourselves like cordwood.
Well, I don't know why my dice are working.
We don't have to necessarily stay in it. We don't have to stay in it.
Haven't you ever gotten in an elevator
alright.
that tells you this whole elevator holds 16 people max? It's like, this holds 5.
Well, 16 like sardines.
Yeah. So that'll be. So I do that. And yeah, I put the crystal bead back into my component pouch. And we have what color do we want? Let's say it's what color is here? He's black and red. Let's make it red. We'll make it a red.
Easy to
dome.
see from far away.
Easy to see, like red, like the "You Are Here" at a theme park map.
I don't know why that's
Like,
not showing up.
that's
yeah,
mine.
It's basically like a dot of red.
Like a dot of red in the landscape. I don't know if
Like I told you guys gotta get cozy because that's smaller than you
Yeah.
think it is.
Well, I mean, we could go out, make a campfire, chill around, and then sleep in there.
yeah.
Oh, you guys,
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should do shifts. 'cause
They
we
can
don't know if
pass
they're-
through it. I
You want to
can.
make a campfire?
Yeah.
Or you
Start throwing all your.
oh wait, here you can use this one. I don't even.
Is that one light
Does
up?
that one light up?
It does
Oh,
light up.
maybe. Yeah.
A campfire.
And now let's sing the campfire song.
So,
Sing around the campfire.
and you're saying it's a red. It's a red. It's a
It is
red.
a
half
red.
dome?
It is a red dome. Yes.
Like this bright.
Yep. Picture, like at a theme park when you go up to the map and it has like "You Are Here." That red. The red of your hat. It's
The
red. as
red
like-
of a healing potion.
More like fire engine or more like candy apple?
More like, is it red like a radish or red like an apple? I would say it's red like
What's
a
a fire
rose.
engine? What are you talking about?
That's a deep cut. Oh boy. Zorro the Gay Blade, the movie that could not be made.
I love that movie.
It could not be made.
That is a movie that would not be made today. People are like, you couldn't make Blazing Saddles today. No, you couldn't make Zorro
You
the Gay
really
Blade
could not
today.
make that movie.
Don
today,
Francisco from San Diego, Don Diego from Santa Barbara, Doña Barbara from Bakersfield.
Okay. So the 11 minutes have passed, so now the dome is there. Locke is now stuck inside. Chrome has built a campfire. It looks like Valman has come out of the hut as well. Alright. You guys still got like a few more hours until like actual like sunset. If you guys...
I would have probably waited until sunset to put up. I didn't realize it because we'd spent a couple hours.
Because now for the next 8 hours, if he's got to like take a piss or shit, he's got to do it inside the hut now.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was.
There's
I
a bucket.
thought it was like I thought it was sunset. So I was incorrect.
So what do you guys want to do for the next couple hours before he casts it?
Okay.
Make fire, cook food.
Gather wood.
Yeah.
To make the fire.
Do we want to?
I wouldn't mind just taking a peek in the cave to see if there's any obvious.
Ooh, you going in the cave?
Just take
Like gonna
I
go
could
peek and see if there's anything visible in the cave.
How far in the cave you want to go?
Like it's
About 5 feet.
All right, as you go 5 feet in, it just looks like the opening kind of like gets dark and it just continues on. And you're dark. You're half elf, right?
Yeah.
So you can see 60 feet in. It just looks like it just keeps going.
Okay. All right. I'm assuming either
You can
Fury
feel it.
or
you,
some
you
under.
feel the cool air coming out.
Yeah,
as
I'm
the-
assuming either Fury
Not
or
just
his
cool,
underlings
cool.
are coming out for this.
Are there some like rocks in the like at the mouth of the cave?
Sure.
All right, I'll pick up a rock from the mouth of the cave.
Like how big?
Not like pretty small because I just need it for the teleportation.
for a teleport beacon?
Like a D20 size?
Yeah, probably maybe a large.
And then
D20
open a
size.
little box, and
Yeah.
label it, and put it
Yeah, I
in a
have
box.
my like Rolodex of
We have a hell of
locations.
teleportation that we use to get around, and so we gather little bits.
entry. Is this
from
would it be
places
safe to
like
say
that.
this is Fury's cave? Just for my notes. Entry
Question
to,
mark.
Well, it's
Fury's cave entrance? Question mark. Sure.
Entry to Fury's cave? Question mark.
Hey,
Just
if Andy,
climb up
can you
and
hand me
right
like
on
maybe
there.
some of those cookies that he
Oh
brought?
yeah, of course.
I'm gonna steal some of those cookies.
Go ahead.
Oh, they're the chewy ones
Yeah,
too.
and Drew, if you want some cookies, go ahead and grab some too.
Nope, never mind.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess that's my type.
There you go.
All right.
I'll take one.
The DM tax. Let's call it that.
Did you say that's your tithe?
The tithe, 10%.
Yeah, 10%. Yeah,
The DM.
that's the DM tax.
The DM bribe tithe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
You won't die tonight.
Now's Preston. Everybody has to do it. Next session, everybody's got to bring in 10%
Is that
DM tithe.
inflation?
Did you have a
So
cupcake?
count for it.
That's 12.5%. There's only 8 in there.
I should have 3 of them then, huh?
Oh god.
All right. Anything else? Anybody?
I go set an alarm in the woods outside, up the path of where we came, just in case if somebody decides to try and sneak up on us.
So like how
Like
long
a
is
bell on a bell on a
Tripwire?
string. Yeah, tripwire.
Oh, like a
How long
not
of
the
a
spell,
tripwire
the
do you wanna
actual.
make?
I was gonna make it about 20 feet.
Okay. You have string of bell, right?
I do have bell, and I do have.
put caltrops down again.
Do you have fishing line?
Yes, I do have string.
So yeah, you can find a couple of trees that are along the path that are about 20 feet across.
Okay.
And you just want to string it across there.
Yeah, string it across and set up.
All right, give me a sleight of hand to tie the knots right and the bells,
Okay.
or a performance check. I'll let you choose.
Sleight of hand.
Okay.
Nothing on my
That is a 32.
Oh, what?
32.
Oh yeah, expertise rogue with.
Yeah, I've.
How many bells do you have? Are putting on there?
I'm putting 2 bells, one on each end, as I string it across.
So as you get this, you kind of like loop the 2 bells into it, and you get one end of the string on one tree, and you get it tied. And you get off to the other side, and as you like pull it, the tension on it, and you get the bells now lift up off of the floor, off the ground, and you level it to where it is 1,000% level, and you tie it, and you get that knot perfect where there's now no slack. And you can take and you go into the center of the 20 feet, so 10 feet in, and you go, ding, and it sounds like Roderick, you hear the strum of like a guitar string, and you can actually name the note if you heard it, whatever it is. I don't know.
D flat.
You hear a D flat going, and then as that starts to vibrate, and that vibration goes through the string, and you hear a little because he just thumped it, and you guys can hear the bells going, and then
You've just made true level.
you're able to make it like a fucking 32.
That's mind bending level.
It looks amazing. Now give me a go ahead and give me an acrobatics to step over it as you walk back towards camp.
17.
A 17. You take and you try to be all cool about it and you try to like hop over it. But instead of like taking a step, you're going from standing and you realize, oh shit, I should probably like step forward and then kind of hop off of one foot. But you're like, ah! And you do kind of like a little awkward with your hands in the air, but you land on the other side. And you just kind of like, nobody see it and you just kind of like walk it right off.
If you fall in the woods, does anybody see it?
Alright.
The answer is maybe.
Alright. Anybody else want to do anything?
I'll cook food for everybody if people want.
You
I
have,
want
a,
some cooked rations.
you have a mess kit?
No.
Okay, how are you going to cook it? What are you going to cook it in?
Stick. Find a nice stick, sharpen it.
Are you going to like put some dried rations on it and heat them up? What are you doing? I don't know. You tell me.
You cook some rations on it, oh yeah.
Rations are like dried meats and dry food. They
You
don't
can make a soup with it.
Where are you getting the water and what are you putting it in? I'm
My
asking
water.
you what are you doing.
canteen.
You said you're cooking, so tell me what you're cooking.
I don't have anything to cook with, so I guess I'm just sitting by a fire, waiting, meditating. I don't know.
Can I just roll real high and magically cook? No. Tell me what you're doing first. Let's see if it works.
I don't have cooking supplies, so I can't cook.
So he sits around this campfire waiting for somebody else to start cooking, and he like pulls out some rations, some of his dried meat, and he's kind of like, he's just ripping it off, getting stuck between his teeth. All right. Anybody else? Do you have rations, by the way?
I do.
All right. Mark off one of them.
I also at one point was carrying like the whole team's rations.
I got rations for everybody, but they're mine now, bitch.
My bag of holding.
All right. Anybody else?
I'm gonna eat some rations because I haven't ate since the dragon.
All right.
So.
Go ahead and mark off a days of
Just
rations.
tuning my harp.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand or performance to tune it beautifully.
Okay.
With advantage, because it's your harp. You know how to do it. With advantage.
It's already at 29. You want me to roll again then?
Yes, it's advantage, buddy.
Okay, alright, 31 then.
Oh, just missed it.
So here's what happens is you start to like you test it so you can figure out what to adjust. But you are so good at it, it's already perfectly tuned, but because you're bored, you untune a couple of the strings just so you have something to do. And so you can practice. And then you're like, then it sounds fucked up, right? And you're like, okay. And then you readjust it. You take you a couple of minutes to get it tweaked again perfectly. And it sounds perfect again. So you messed up your perfectly tuned, so just you can practice.
Well, you can do alternate tunings on it.
Okay.
So that you know, so the same finger
That's not what you said you were doing.
your chord.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
So you adjust the tuning,
Yes.
and it sounds exactly like you wanted it to sound.
Yeah.
In your head, at least.
Yeah.
All right. Block. You're gonna hang out in your. Oh, you're still.
He
You're
has
not,
to-
you're not doing your hut yet. What are you doing?
Well, I said I picked up the rock,
Got a rock.
and
How are you marking it?
I don't know. I figure I have some way of like a little.
I don't know. It's not a good answer.
Okay. So I have a fold up case. Do you want me to go into all of the details? I have like a fold up.
Are you just making this up now, or do you actually have it?
Well, this is how I've
This is
been,
what I would've
This
had.
is how I've been thinking about it.
Okay.
Is I have like a leather case with a bunch of little tiny pockets in it. In each pocket, I can like scratch in like
On the leather?
On the leather, yeah.
Okay.
Scratch in the name of the location, and I have at this
Okay.
point almost a dozen. So I'm running out of pockets. I'm gonna eventually need a
Second one.
a
A
second
bit.
one.
I'm gonna need a bigger case.
Okay.
So that's what I have so far.
I'm good with that. That'll work.
And
And
so yeah, I'll scratch in the location,
Mm-hmm.
and I will Actually, at this point, I'm not going to scratch in the location yet because I'm not sure of what to call it.
This is just slot number like
This is
11.
just slot number 11 or something
Okay.
like that.
And you got one more empty slot.
Sure, we'll say I haven't really been keeping track.
Okay.
We
And
can
then
say
Obi, is there anything you want to be doing?
No, nothing in particular. I'll probably just come out and lay next to the fire.
Okay.
Just kind of rest, get a little shut eye.
Okay. So go ahead and put your prone. Dun, dun, dun. Do you have like a blanket or a bedroll or anything in your pack? He's like, fuck that. I lay on the ground. I'm a soldier, bitch. If anything, I use my shield as a pillow, motherfucker. Because I'm hardcore. Air Force.
Hardcore with the core.
That's how we do it, huh?
Yeah, that's great.
He's like, no, we have the maid come out, fluff our pillow, and change
Lobster
the
dinners.
sheets every morning. What's a field day? We have them clean for us. So. Toothbrushes are for our teeth, not for the floor.
That's not how we do it in the Marines, man.
Toothbrushes are for the floor and our teeth.
Same thing.
I hope you get the crayons out.
Hey, I am hungry. At work. I don't know how that happened. Everybody thinks Marines eat. It's like he's Air Force, and I'm Marine Corps, so it's kind of like the fun. Anyways, you guys don't get it.
But my son's in drumline, and there's a dad there, and he's a Coast Guard.
So you get somebody you can make fun of. There you go.
My wife got mad at me. She's like, "Why are you making fun of him?"
Because that's the only one I can.
Because he's a puddle guard.
Because it's the only one I can make fun of.
my cousin does like ocean helicopter rescue up in Alaska. It's like
That's pretty cool.
those guys
Like the
like they jump out of a helicopter into a storm to pull
Like
a
the
guy out of the
Guardian?
water.
yeah, like the movie The Guardian.
Is that what that? I haven't seen it.
Rescue divers.
Yeah, rescue
Yeah.
rescue swimmers.
Yeah, he's insane. I
You
think
haven't seen the movie The Guardian?
no.
With
He's not that. We're
Ashton
not that close.
Kutcher.
yeah,
might have
I
retired.
was gonna say Demi Moore's husband. Are they married or ex-husband?
I have no idea. I don't
Demi
care.
Moore's,
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner,
Sure.
and then Ashton Kutcher.
It's about
But
that.
yet we digress.
But yeah, I know. Right?
Okay.
That's why it takes forever to get there.
And then Valman, anything else you wanted to do other than set that string?
Well, we'll come back to the fire
All right.
and try to spark a conversation with the bard
Okay.
about your many adventures, because I've heard of your team and I've heard of some exploits that you are more recognized. I just want to hear a little bit more about who I'm working with.
Well, as I was trying to explain to Anmo, as you probably heard, it just seems that somehow our destinies are tied to whatever falderall is going on with the dragons right now. We live in interesting times. That we've got dragons attacking dragons, dragons out in the open that haven't been seen forever, and somehow every time we get tasked to go find out what's going on over here, there's a dragon at the core of it somehow.
Something comes
Right,
your way
so
and
it's like-
throws things off. Okay.
We went to deliver a message to Simi, who turns out was what do you call her? A dragon.
The Dragon Hunter trainer.
A dragon. She was the trainer of dragon hunters.
She was actually the originator of the Dragon Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
so we went to seek her out, only to find out that she was already dead at the hands of a green ethereal dragon that then attacked us, and we ended up having to double kill this, kill it, and then kill it in its ethereal form, such that it was perma-killed.
Okay.
And just, fortunately, Simi had left us some arrows of green dragon damage, which allowed us to our ranged weapon person at the time. Speaking of which, do you have
I do have
daggers as weapons or ranged weapons? Or
I have my rapier and then I have a short bow when time calls for it.
okay, nice. Because we don't have a lot of ranged weaponry. We have ranged spells that work,
But having that weaponry would be nice
Yeah.
for these kinds of excursions. And what I'm hearing, your, for lack of a better word, luck of meeting things that tend to be flying.
Mhm.
So,
It does help to be able to fly too.
yeah, so That is very true. Too bad I can't do that.
I have some limited flying ability. Did you end up with the boots of flying?
I do
You
have
got
the boots of flying.
Okay, you got the boots of flying. So
These
that's
boots were made for
So I can
flying.
fly up to the bed. Yes.
Flying's what they'll do.
And there was a specific companion of yours. I believe her name was Innocence.
yes.
She was not very innocent.
Well, that's different from my recollection
Proven guilty.
of her. I've seen her a few times in Waterdeep.
She was pretty guilty. Very guilty.
Okay.
A lot of crime.
Thank you for ruining the image I had built of her in my head. Thank you very much.
Much crime, lots of
Much crime.
So much crime.
What can you tell me about her besides the crime?
She
I
has
saw
a
her
very
as a
good
wow, how
heart.
much
For
crime
what
is this woman?
for whatever reason, she and Lemon never got along. She
No.
Well,
It probably happened when she broke into her place. Let's be real.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was going on a little before that.
Well, yeah,
She
they
had a
always each of them
complex.
always assumed the worst of the other. It just seemed they never quite got along. Women.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I fell into the employ.
Hey, we're
of
around the
Lemon.
campfire. I can say that.
I'll take it.
I myself fell into the employ of Lemon in a very not so satisfactory way.
Oh,
I was stealing from a noble. Got caught, unfortunately.
So you stole ineffective.
So we have something in common.
Well, it was pretty effective until, I ran into a few guards that were waiting for me. I was not prepared
So
for
you were
it.
set up.
It seems to be the case. And so I got put in the employ to work off my sentence. And so...
We should talk.
Oh, okay. Alright. Maybe
About
we should
what?
talk.
We should talk outside of game as well.
Yeah.
Because
Sounds good.
we should connect. 'Cause
Yes.
we probably know the same people.
Okay. No, but I myself, yes, I steal. I'm not going to make any kind of...
But you're not stealing this gold, right?
No, I've never touched that gold. Yeah, that gold, if I touch that gold, I die. Like, that's just how it is, man.
Sticky fingers. Got it.
Sticky fingers, and it was more of a way to survive. But I had met Innocence through one of the orphanages in there, and she seemed very, very upstanding when I met her, and well, now I'm learning more. Maybe not what I wanted to know, because it made me want to do good.
Sometimes our
Never meet
heroes
your
are
heroes,
never who we
you know.
wanted them to be.
Yeah,
we-
I guess it really goes into that old adage.
we still consider Innocence to be part of the A team, and she's leading the effort to put together our manor house, if you will, that would include, of course, a tavern and performance stage for me, and a wizard's tower for him, and will of course include an orphanage and training grounds. And the idea being to expand the orphanage so that instead of just housing them, we can also school them and train them in the various trades. And the ones that are the better students, or the whatever they show an aptitude for, we might steer them toward fighter training or bard training or.
So you're
Magic
slowly
cards.
building your army from kids?
We're building a child
Are
army.
you the Empire?
2012.
Sorry.
He's much too young to
I'm
start
outside of
this
the game,
training.
so you're building an empire. Gotcha.
Or he's much too old to start training me. You get him when they're young.
Or is this the Jedi Academy?
Yeah, this is well, yeah. I mean, sorcerer's
Well, either
training,
or.
right?
It's pretty much the same kind of deal. Anyway, sorry, back into character.
But so Innocence and Kinney, Innocence was kind of burnt out from our last adventures, and so she's staying there to supervise and lead the construction and getting people moved over from the previous orphanage, which got kind of bombed out in the last dragon attack on Waterdeep. So we're trying to get them housed better, and it's going to be a long process. It's going to take more than a year to put together this domain. So.
I'm glad to hear that she is doing well, though.
She's doing
That
well.
was something that concerned me, not seeing her with your group.
Yeah.
at the
Give
time.
me an insight check, by the way. Not for if he's lying, but for something else.
Okay. 1 second. 22.
As he's telling you all the things that she is in charge of building, the first, because you are obviously grew up with, as you just explained, not a lot of money, and you've taken it upon yourself growing up to just take the people that have, in your mind, extra money to
Yes.
give yourself money. Money is important to you
Like a personal
at a level, which is you're not trying to realize, okay, in order to like build something from scratch, you can't just steal it, and so it costs material costs, labor
Costs
costs.
loyalty.
It's going to cost some money or a whole lot of personal labor to build this, and the level that he's talking about of all of these different buildings being built, and within a year you realize that's got to cost some coin.
Yeah.
That's what's in your head.
Yeah, we have to build.
It's going to
barracks.
cost a lot of coins. So you're questioning like, well, how the hell? How do
that
you have
costs
this much
a
money?
lot if you're doing it in a year. Like, well, what's your basic
Well,
plan?
it's a
What's
slow
your
thing.
secret? What's your secret of how you're getting all that cash?
Are you asking?
Yeah, I am actually asking. Want to live a better life, obviously, for myself, but
Being a badass adventurer pays.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I was speaking out of turn. Sorry.
It's
Now
okay.
you asked him.
Just out of curiosity, you don't have to tell me because we don't know each other all that well yet. But just out of curiosity,
As he said, being a badass adventurer pays off at times. But no, we've been very fortunate in I mean, when you do happen to stumble across dragons, they're usually sitting on piles of loot.
you know,
Okay.
that does
And,
track.
and we're trying to figure out how to maximize what we have because we have, Lux's devotion to Bahamut, and so part of that money is going to the chapel. What are we calling that? It's not a chapel. What,
It's a
Temple.
It's
the
a temple.
I couldn't think of the word for it. So
Costume
there,
stores.
there's a temple associated with that. We're trying to do good works in the community. We're trying to spread the name of Bahamut. And that's going to be a part of this overall
Trying
area
to build
too.
a
I mean,
better world, essentially.
yes, trying to use the monies that we come into in a ways that benefit not just ourselves, but benefit the people around us and the community that we live in. I mean, it's very easy to destroy. It takes work and effort and coordination to build things.
Sounds like you got a great group of people around you. And
Until
Your
Innocence
intentions
runs
are
off
very
with all the
pure
money in
from
one of
what I
these.
can tell.
You guys go to show up to the plot of land expecting to see all these buildings under construction, and there's nothing.
Everybody's gone.
Birds just hanging out.
No, there's just nothing there. She's got the money and just gone.
Bert went with innocence.
Okay, so Obi, if you need, you have now gained the ability to have a short rest if you need to roll any hit points, and you can have that, and you can have that. And as you guys look up, you start to realize that the sky is starting to get darker and the colors are changing as it is now starting to sunset. So this would probably be the time that
Gather around.
the tiny hut would be cast. So
Well, we should set up some shifts.
you guys
Dark
want
shifts?
you guys want to wake up Obi first, or leave him sleeping?
He's probably awake by this point.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting up.
We'll throw
I just hear grumbling because usually it sounds like if work or security is always kind of perked up. So I was like, I'll take the first shift.
I have a little bit of.
I'll take second shift.
I have a little. If he needs to be woken up, I have a little police on my coat for my minor illusion. I'll put a minor illusion of just wake up in his ear, like a little alarm, because I can do audio illusions. So you just hear like wake up in your ear. Not that creepy. I'm not locked down.
Just whispering sweet nothings.
How many are we? What are we splitting the shifts? 2 hours each.
Was it like when Laudna?
Laudna, yeah, I know.
Everybody's like, what the fuck?
I quit
So
that
probably,
campaign.
yeah.
I gave up on it.
Yeah, I'd say probably 2 hours each. That way we get some decent rest out of this.
Gameplay is you cannot do longer than a 2-hour watch and still be gaining the benefit of a long rest.
I can do the last watch because it'll be semi-bright then, and I can't really see well in the dark. So
As a note, I can't go outside of the hut, so I might not want to. I might want to be the non.
well, we only need 4 people to do watch, right?
Yeah. So if I can take one, it'll just be a very limited range of vision.
Which might be good, but you can just read everything. Wake the fuck up!
Yeah. Well, I would just run outside. I mean, the thing dispels.
As soon as you run outside,
So everybody's asleep and asleep on the ground. All of a sudden, you run. Poosh, their protection's gone. They're sleeping.
Yeah. Fireball incoming. Ah!
Wow.
All right.
all right. So that leaves me the third shift or whatever. Is that what?
That's what it sounds like.
So with that said, I can't take out security laying down, so
Okay.
back up.
So the cave is on the far side of
Okay.
me, and so if everybody wants to get inside the hut, other than Obi, and then Obi, where do you want to be?
I'll probably. You can
this-
just put my guy inside.
This would probably be a little closer to there.
I got it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, we said about. I said about 20 feet from the
My
cart.
little dude.
Oh, 20 feet from the cart.
Yeah, that was what I said originally.
So
And then the
probably
fire's outside as well.
Probably like that. Yeah, the fire is outside the hut.
We're gonna leave the fire all night. So the fire's just shining off this bright red, like circus tent looking thing.
I mean, yeah, we got to leave the fire for the people who can't see you normally. So
Well, my sword, I have a sun blade, so I can walk around use that as my torch.
Is that the same as Egan? You have to say flame on.
No, he has a flame tongue
Oh,
sword.
flame
His sunblade is
Mine's just the hilt. It doesn't tell me I have to have a command word or anything.
you just pull it out of the hilt.
However,
It's always glowing.
no,
Oh.
you just have to ignite it. So let's see. Appears in the long sword while grasping the hilt. You can use a bonus action to cause a blade of pure radiance to spring into existence or make the blade disappear.
Yeah, it's like a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a lightsaber. The blade's made of light.
Does it gives off light in radius or something?
Yeah, it gives off
15 foot radius
15.
and dim light another 15 feet.
So 15 bright, 15
So 30
dim.
feet of.
Okay. So just for flavor, let's say how you activate it. Do you want to have like a physical like mechanism, or do you want
I'll
to have,
speak
or
to
do you
it.
want to have a command?
It's probably gonna vary between any kind of
No, it's got to be
pot. Just one.
It's got to be. You got to train it to be like one word. You got to activate it. You tell us what you want that word to be when you've set it up.
Do we want one that ignites and one that deactivates it?
Sure, whatever. You
Do
tell me. It's your
you
sword.
want the Latin lumos?
No,
Like,
you gotta make
you
the
want
sound
the
effect
fire
for it to turn on. Vroom, and then it turns on.
No, shoom.
Vroom. That's the only way to turn it on.
I'll come up with something good. Just for right now, I'll say it.
So right now, it doesn't work until you create a command word. How about that?
Just don't drop it straight down.
That works for now.
He pulls out a hilt.
If you had it,
I'm gonna club you with it. Okay. And so is that where you want to be? Back behind the fireplace, kind of like looking through the fire at
Are
the
you looking at phrases
the
now?
the
Latin
cliff. The
turn
cliff
off
wall
is
is over on that side.
over here.
Yeah. So down the trail is behind you. So that
Yep.
string with the bells is
String.
towards me.
If anything, I'm probably gonna be. Oh shit! I want to be on probably on this side.
All right, go ahead and move over there. So you're
That way-
kind of behind the wagon. So you got the wagon between you and the cave entrance.
Yes.
And are you trying to like hide in like a bush or something?
No, I'll just casually pace, keep
Okay.
myself away.
So not even sitting, you'll be walking around.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
He is very
And,
disciplined. but
and the plan is, if somebody comes, go get the rest of us and wake us up and.
But he can't see anybody because all he sees is a red dome.
We'll knock on the dome or
He
whatever.
doesn't have
can
to
go
walk on it.
through.
He can walk into
You
it.
can walk in.
But he can't see through it because all he sees is a red. He doesn't see
Yeah.
any of you. He
Yeah,
sees a red dome.
I don't know what you guys are doing in there.
He could be having all kinds of orgy shit and you have no idea.
You're having a good time, man.
You don't know.
I thought it was okay.
But sound comes
like
out,
you can
right?
see through it somehow.
I think
Andrew.
Fake is the
Sound-
opposite of see.
Sound comes out though, right?
Yeah, sound can go.
So you guys could say, "Hey, you wake up there," and he can hear that. Hey, ooh, watch what fingers are.
Hey, I think Luck is turning gay because now he closes his eyes when I kiss him.
Why are you kissing him?
Maybe he just likes to have that happen before he goes to bed. You know, it's just a little goodnight kiss. You know.
So you're hearing this coming from the red.
Can I sleep
The
outside
red
the dome?
Yeah.
You can if you want to.
Grab a cupcake.
Oh, it's not
Here, I'll
really
take one of
recommended,
those.
but all right.
Can you toss me one?
So Ovi, you take the first watch. So these first 2 hours, and in these first 2 hours, is anybody gonna try to stay awake or gonna try to rest and sleep?
I'm sleeping.
Okay, so Chrome
I'm
is
gonna try.
prone and asleep.
I'm gonna try and rest until my turn.
Alright, so
I'm not anticipating we'll make it through the night before they come get this, so, but I'm gonna try it.
Valman is down, prone and asleep. I'm assuming everybody's gonna at least be sitting, or if not laying down, right? So everybody inside there is gonna be down. Alright, so everybody's gonna be considered prone in the dome. Prone in the dome.
Wrong.
Alright.
A horizontal hug.
Obi, give me a perception check. And by the way, do you have dark vision? You're human, you don't have dark vision.
Correct.
Okay. Perception check. With,
We'll
Oh,
turn the
it's
lights
so dark.
down so you have disadvantage.
yeah.
Good old fashioned 5.
Oh, that's too bright. Old fashioned 5? 5? As far as you know, you see everything and everything looks cool, man.
Let it go down.
You're like, I got this shit.
Everything looks out right.
It's like, I see that, see a little bit of reflection of the campfire off of that red dome. They're chilling, they're cool. Cart's there. There's like a dark mountain. There's some starlight. Shit's good, bro. And then, let's see if this is this time. Okay, no. So your 2 hours is up.
And I'll wake up and go out and be like, Obi, it's time to swap shifts.
Absolutely. All right, so Obi can go in, unless you want to stay. As you go in the tent, it actually, so the night air has gotten cold and chilly because you guys are elevated from sea level from where Waterdeep is, and so now, especially with the sun gone, it's actually getting pretty cold. You're starting to be like, shit, this is a little cold out here. And as soon as you go into that red sphere, instantly feels very comfortable and warm in there. And you're like, you can go back out and be like, cold, totally comfortable. You're like, shit, I should have been in here the whole time. So it feels really good to go in there. And then Valman, as you step out, it's kind of like, oh shit. Not freezing, it's not snowing, but
That's a good way to wake up.
it's chilly though. It's just like, aye. So not 100% comfortable. So do you want to go like hover by the fire, or what do you want to do?
I'm going to.
I'm gonna assume you guys are gonna keep like throwing some wood on it and shit during your shifts, right?
Toss a couple more pieces of wood onto the fire to keep it going,
Yeah.
and then I make my way into the tree line.
Up on the side where he was.
On the side where he was,
Okay.
and I climb up a tree to get a good.
Okay, give me a athletics or acrobatics to climb up.
Acrobatics. 23.
So nobody sees you, but you're kind of like do this like gymnastics, kind of like roll the foot. You're up there and kind of like jumping like a surfer pose, and it's like there's nobody there to look. You're kind of like expecting a round of applause because it was awesome. You're like, you're like, and you appreciate yourself. You're like, you give yourself a bow, and you're like, okay, cool. And so you are in the branch that you were looking for. You're now there. And are you trying to hide up there?
Yes.
So go ahead and roll a stealth check, and go ahead and add a D6 to it as well for the tree. You think that you are the tree.
I am the tree. I am tree.
Kind of like you
Be
see.
the tree.
You see the people with like going playing like the airsoft. They got the ghillie suits,
and
they're just like actually right behind the enemy's like base, and they're just like sniping people right 10 feet from them. They don't know he's there. You feel like that's you. Like somebody could be right on the same tree branch and not know I'm here. 28, right?
Yes.
All right. So you think you are an invisible ninja.
Nice.
And then as you are perched up there, you have dark vision?
Yes, I do. 60 feet.
60 feet. How the fuck are my squares not working? I don't know why this, it says activated, but it's 1.5 opacity. I don't know why my grid's not showing up. I don't know. I'm not gonna figure it out right now. So, 60 feet. Oh, jeez. 60 feet.
That'd be about a foot.
So that's what? Is
It's a
it?
foot.
Oh, it's 12 inches?
Yeah, it's every inch is
So,
1 square inch, right? It's 5 feet.
60 divided by 5 is 12.
so you
Man.
can see the edge.
And I have a 5 intelligence. You
You can see the edge of the red, and you can see the wagon, but then you can't really. You see, it's all just shadowy. The silhouette against the where the mouth is. You can't see the face or any of it. Some of the moonlight is out, but it's super shadowy. Roll a perception with disadvantage, actually.
Okay.
Four.
Rolled.
Okay, so you do not see this happening.
That's great.
The big ass dragon that comes out.
You see nothing.
Okay.
And with a 4, you don't hear it either.
Okay.
They're trying to be stealth.
And then what was that?
Are they trying to be stealthy?
How do you know?
I don't know.
You can't. You're asleep, right?
I am asleep.
Okay.
However, I do
How does
have.
my weapon?
We have a
We
warning.
have 2
How does my
weapons
weapon-
of warning in the
Yeah.
party.
How does my weapon of
What's the
warning
range?
factor in this?
What's the range of a weapon of warning?
It'll only wake up people within 30 feet of me.
Well, he has one,
Yeah,
so
that's true. He does
So
have
I have one that magically, this says when combat begins.
Okay. Combat's not
So,
beginning.
while the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep.
You're asleep, so you're incapacitated.
well, it says by anything other than non-magical sleep.
By something other than non-magical sleep. So,
So it wakes you up.
Unless you are incapacitated. You are incapacitated. It's not magical sleep, it's self-induced
No, but
sleep.
by anything but non-magical sleep.
so for example, if we were put to sleep by magic, we could be surprised. But because the sleep is non-magical, we still can't be surprised because we're.
If we were intoxicated and
Okay, well, there's no
passed out-
initiative rolling right now.
Okay. Yeah. I was just checking.
I didn't
Okay.
sleep. I'm not sleeping, by the way. I did that 2-hour shift. That was at the beginning of my stuff.
So you're just sitting there awake inside the hut?
Yeah, just hanging out there. I have a game of dice. I'm just sitting there rolling.
Okay.
You don't
What's
even
your
sleep.
what's your passive perception?
12.
Let me just- yeah. Okay. 12 though, huh?
Correct.
Is there 3 of them are asleep? You can't see. So they come out. They actually see the fire. They don't see you. And then go ahead and pull them off. They go. They go. You don't. None of you guys saw shit.
Oh,
So
pull 'em off the screen.
yeah. So that happened.
Okay.
All right.
Or did it?
You don't know. None of you guys know this.
Okay.
I know that happens. That's for me, actually. That was for me. Okay. So then your 2 hours you feel is up as you like count the hairs on your wrist. So you feel like it's time to get the next shift.
Okay. So I climb down out of the tree.
Okay. So 2 hours later, Obi, are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm starting to rest and get ready to relax.
So as you go into the red sphere, and you see Obi's like sitting there, kind of like, whoa. He's like throwing some dice on the ground by himself. He's playing self dice, and you're like,
I'm playing crap
"I
by
thought you're supposed
myself.
to be asleep. Are you winning or losing? Both.
And
You
then
win some, you lose some.
I wake up. Sorry,
Roderick.
Roderick. I wake up Roderick to let him know that it is his shift.
Alrighty. Off we go.
Where do you want me to put you, Roderick?
In the cart. I'm going to sit in the driver's seat of the cart and strum my harp.
Like sitting sideways, kind of like
You're gonna actually play music. Yeah.
light music though, because we're sleeping.
Yeah, they're sleeping. I'm not gonna be like.
Some meditation, rock music for sleep.
Let me play the loudest tune I know.
Interesting.
And they come.
Okay. So roll a perception check for me.
Advantage, disadvantage, nothing.
I'm gonna say because you're playing the music, you're focusing on like where you're playing a harp or like a string instrument.
Yeah.
So you.
But it's like second nature to me. I'm just, it's like
Okay.
doing
Yeah, just
around.
regular then.
Yeah, 12.
A 12. Okay. So
Perception, right? Yeah, 12.
you have dark vision 60 feet as well, right?
Correct.
Alright, so you don't notice anything.
I sat there because I figured if I happen to doze off or whatever, they're not going to move the cart without waking me up.
Alright, so your 2 hours you feel is up. You feel like your watch has been successful. What do you want to do?
All right, well, I'm going to go get the fourth watch,
Okay.
which was Chrome, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chrome.
Is it starting to get light now?
Chrome Magna Man. It's only been 6 hours? No, not really.
If you're tired at all, I just spent my watch in the thing so they can't take the cart if I fall asleep.
I have an idea to help me. I'm just more worried about being able to see things. What I'll do is I'll put some more wood in the fire, and I'll actually take one of the lit logs.
So you're basically going to take a torch?
Kinda. I'm just gonna move it and place it on the front of the mouth of the cave, and then put another log on top of it, make a mini fire there, and then just kind of sit and lean against this, like that.
You're putting a fire in the...
So the mouth of the cave's here.
Can I give you that little... Is that another little flame thing out there somewhere?
I don't know where it went. I saw it earlier.
I don't think I got it. I threw it out there. I didn't get it. Oh, yeah. Here.
The
Yeah,
taller-
I'm basically making a
taller
mini
flame
camp, a second mini campfire at the
It's
base
going
of
to
it,
be farther away.
so I can see.
Like,
It increased
Right
my
here.
range of vision because I don't have good vision in the nighttime. So I just make a mini. I just leave a torch there.
Don't you have all those things?
Oh, I do. Oh well.
Isn't that one of the items you begged me for?
It was one of the items I have, but it's only 60 feet. But whatever. I'm
fucking
using my
60 feet.
ingenuity as a wise character to increase my range of vision. So I set that down. I kind of just lean against the cart and just casually
Okay.
chilling.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
I think I'm good at perception. 16.
Yeah. You feel like your 2 hours is up, and you feel like everything was safe.
I'll go inside, and I'm awake.
The
'cause
fire
it's the end of watch.
in the both of them are starting to get dwindle. If you want to stoke either one of them.
Well, it's starting to get light, right?
At that
not
point,
quite.
it's 8 hours.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Getting close, but I mean. a little
I'll
bit.
let the fire at the mouth slowly go down, but I'll stoke the main fire. I'll add some more to it in case people want to wake up and warm themselves up. So as the sun's coming up, I'm already awake, so I'm just gonna relax and keep hanging out till. I'll move closer to the fire. I'll stand back here so I get some of the warmth.
Oh, you're not gonna get warm.
What?
But okay.
It's fine.
Have you ever been in a cold
Yeah.
night with next to a campfire?
You
Yeah,
got
like
within
hover
like
over that
5,
thing.
10 feet of it.
Yeah, there you
Depends
You
on
don't feel
how
any of
cold.
it. Some
Well,
people just stick their feet
also,
like
you
literally
don't-
on top of the
You're running
flames.
around shirtless.
Also, you don't want to be looking into it because then you're night blind and you can't see anything sneak up on
Well,
you.
he's night blinding himself with the fire at the cave entrance.
Yeah, but at least we're expecting something to come from that direction if it comes.
Okay, so as the sun starts to
Here comes the sun.
starts
Well, it's
to
not like that sun from that.
rise.
Looking right in the lights.
I know. They changed on the bright lights.
I think I'm
Did I
part
tell you
moth.
I'm so bright my dad calls me son?
All right.
Can't help it.
What?
Look
Yeah,
at the
look at
light.
it. Ah!
Good one, wait.
All right, what I miss? I missed something funny.
Did I tell you
just a
that
good
I'm so
pun.
bright my dad calls me son?
You're so bright. Yeah, I was gonna try to get you a thing, but that's no.
It's a dad joke, son.
I know.
You
That's
should
like,
know
That's a
these.
solid
You're
one.
dad, you
That's
should-
a solid one.
you don't get it. No. That was so bad that this is not a good enough.
Oh no, it was solid enough to make me sit here and go like, why?
If it's daytime, right?
This morning.
It's morning, so then I'll just go ahead and get up and stretch it out. And
At 8 hours, does
Yeah,
the
give me out as
dome
well.
disappear?
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
So,
That's actually exactly
so there's
where I
no more
wanted to be.
dome.
Yeah, the dome just kind of slowly fades away.
As the coolness of the morning air just suddenly rushes into the 20-foot circle.
The air pressure suddenly changes, causing a significant.
Actually, you know what? Just had it. No, it won't do Bemmy then. That Obi, I don't think.
So you guys noticed that the fire in the cave entrance is now out. The sun is still, it's crested, right? So it's dawn. Yeah, you can pull. You can just pull off this side there. And the cart's still there.
Actually, you know what? I want to investigate this area to see if there's any. I mean, I may not know what they look like, but large claw marks to see if something came out. Like,
Okay. Give me a
And
survival check.
I will
Trust us?
for so
No, like
survival check?
as if
Okay.
something
He's looking for
came
tracks.
out and is like, I don't
Gotcha.
want to deal with this. They're still here.
Oh, okay.
Just-
Never mind. Sorry. When I heard investigation, I was like,
Is it survival?
Yes. If you're looking for like tracks and stuff.
19.
A 19?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What you notice is you can see from your soldier background, you've been trained on like tracking and stuff as well. Maybe not as good as like a ranger, but you've gotten the basics before and you've done this over the years. And you can clearly see where Chrome had like walked out there. You can see the footprints that go right to where the little fire. You can see the fire burnt out. But you also notice coming out of the cave to kind of about maybe a little bit in front of where you are now, between you and the cave, several like clawed like footprints from like multiple creatures.
Okay.
You said 19, right?
Yes.
And then they look like they kind of all stop and then they kind of turn around and then it looks like they go right kind of back into the cave again. But it looks like they kind of like came out and stopped pretty much about 10, 15 feet in front of you there.
Okay.
And you see multiple sets.
Am I with the 19? Am I able to guess how many? As far as how many were there?
Tell you what, beat me on a d20.
oh,
Well,
What I get?
I mean, you gotta be shitting me.
Get a 20.
That's a 4.
You know there's more than one.
That's it. Okay.
Sorry, I rolled a nat 20.
It's been like
So
1 in 10.
while he's doing that, I'd like to go back and check my trap and see if my bells.
Yeah, it looks pristine. There's a little bit of some like dew on the line
Okay.
from the moisture change, but it looks like it has not been broken or snapped.
Okay. I'd like to take it down.
Okay. So you have your string and your bells back.
So how long does this normally take to get taken? Do we have to wait here like a month?
We don't know.
By the way, come back over here.
Oh well, as the players, you know what the fuck happened. You guys were guarding.
And I'm just gonna
But
give
your
you a-
characters don't know what happened.
I think Locke is gonna just kind of like this. This seems odd, right?
I don't know.
Doesn't
Seems
seem
pretty
like
normal.
they should leave it out this long.
What happened the last time you guys dropped one off?
Well, I don't know, but it does seem like they
Then
wouldn't
why
leave
would
this.
they-
Usually when we drop it off, we don't see when they come back and get it. So I don't know if it was. I didn't know if it was going to be one night or multiple afterwards.
But
There you go.
What if we just walk it in?
should we just walk it in?
Uh,
We're looking-
I personally, from what I've done, I mean everything seems to work out fine when we leave it out front. And then
What are we
take
gonna
it
do,
out
wait out
back.
here for
we
a
haven't
week?
had we haven't had any issues before of the what's the name of the dragon again?
Fury.
Of Fury
keep thinking
coming in
fork for
and
some
getting
reason.
mad at us for not providing the tribute or anything. So from my experience, this is the right course of action to do. Just keep it outside.
The treasure's still in there, right?
The treasure's in the wagon.
And,
yes.
can I investigate to make sure that the treasure is still in
Has
there?
first of all, have any of your characters done any like extensive hunting and or fishing?
That's a negative. I'm a city rat.
No. Okay.
City boy.
Yep.
City boy.
It's on par then. So, yeah, you don't even have to roll as you go to the cart, and you see it looks like nothing's been touched. Looks like it's all there.
I just want to let you guys know. I decided to see if we could possibly see if Fury's tracks would have might have came out and went back in after seeing us here, but I don't see anything dragon size.
Correct.
However, I did see multiple tracks that stopped probably around where. What's his name again?
Chrome.
Crow made the
with
fire
KH.
by the cave.
Rome.
So
I can't tell how many, but
I know that you told us. I don't know if this would be in character, but that there are Dragonborn who serve the dragons.
Yeah, we know that.
Would our characters know about this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So would those, if you point out the footprints, would we recognize that they might be Dragonborn footprints?
So as you go to look at them, give me a
So
history or insight. I'll let you pick.
I'll do insight, I guess.
I'm sure there's some kind of servant of the dragon.
Can I give him
20.
advantage?
It's a
with
nat.
that
It's a nat.
I don't think
Oh,
it would
never
have
mind.
worth it.
Yeah, nat 20 insight for
You kind of want to save them.
Those look much smaller. You realize that that Dragonborns are humanoid size.
Uh-huh.
And these footprints look much smaller than any humanoid size footprint. They look
So
smaller.
would they be reasonable to assume that they are kobold footprints, since we've seen a kobold before?
With 20 what?
25.
25. Your best guess would be like if it was dragon-ish, then the size of them will best probably size with like a kobold-ish, like a gnome-sized dragon. So yeah.
And would it be a huge leap of logic to assume that a dragon would have kobold servants? Would we know anything about what would we know about kobolds in this world?
You guys said you guys have fought them before?
We fought when we fought the
winged-
black dragon, there was the winged kobold. So are kobolds just not existent in this world, or what would we know about kobolds? What would the general population
They
know?
typically kind of are only kind of hanging around dragons for the most part, and you guys haven't really seen a lot of them.
So it would be reasonable to assume that any
if you
kobolds...
give me have you seen a lot of kobolds? What'd
Well,
you
we
know
probably
about
wouldn't have seen whether or not. Just like what would we have heard? Just
So you rolled a 25. I would say that what you've read in like history and research, that you've heard that kobolds tend to be like servers of dragons,
okay.
minions, if you will.
What if they were just trying to steal it and they took over this cave?
I think that kobolds are a little bit smart. I don't give kobolds a lot of credit for their intelligence, but I give them enough intelligence that they wouldn't steal from a
Well, they
alpha
came
dragon.
out of the cave, it looks like, too. So,
So perhaps we could head into the cave.
reset Dusty's camera. Oh, I know what it is.
The lens
The
cover.
lens cover
lens
is
cap
down.
has been flipped
Pull
down
it
on this camera.
upwards,
There
there
you
you
go.
gotcha.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I do speak Draconic.
Same.
Because we have multiple Draconic speakers in the party.
I speak Draconic.
Out of character, I have advantage on charisma checks made with dragons because I am a Draconic sorcerer with links to Bahamut. But I could say in character, I tend to have a little bit more je ne sais quoi with dragons because of my particular abilities, and I kind of gesture to the fact that I have my horns look kind of vaguely draconic. As I was
You
resurrected.
have a few platinum scales.
I do have a
here
few
and there.
platinum scales. I can even if you can see my shirt is low cut enough, you can see my golden canary tattoo.
A couple of them.
Yeah, my
Unless you
seven,
fully open it.
my 7 golden canaries like Bahamut. And so I tend to be, if the dragon is well aligned, I tend to have some amount of communication
So we're
ability.
pushing the card inside.
So perhaps we don't push the cart, but we at least
So
will.
everybody at this point, as he's explaining that, I need everybody to give me a either your choice, an intelligence or a wisdom. Roll a d20 and add
Just
either
a
your
straight
intelligence modifier or your wisdom modifier. You get to pick.
Okay.
21.
That'd not be
15
that.
wisdom. 15 wisdom.
21, 15.
18.
What was it?
21.
18.
14.
21, 18. Both of Obi and Valmint had to write that motherfucker down. It'll take me three, it'll take me 3 sessions.
We'll catch up.
Valmint and Obi are both kind of as Locke is kind of explaining, kobolds are smaller versions and dragonborns are humanoid sizes and they tend to work for big dragons and stuff. You guys are kind of if they were small and there's a campfire and a red circle and somebody standing out here, then that probably just kept them from feeling comfortable grabbing it. It's kind of like you guys are like
dissuade them from coming
Yeah.
out and
so you guys are able to put that
yeah,
together.
well, what it sounds like then, if they're like smaller dragons, these kobolds, dragonborn, I think it's safe to assume that because we're so close to the cart itself, and I'm assuming they saw our nice little red hut there and the fire. They assumed it wasn't safe to come out and grab it at the time, and I think we might have scared them off.
So they got scared when they saw the campfire. How scared are they going to be when we walk up to them and try to communicate and say, hey, we want to see your master?
I think they might be freaking out.
That is a good question.
I feel like either way, we're not going to... They're going to run off either way, so it might be best if we...
Well, there's no harm in helloing the cave, right? And just...
Maybe there is.
I would say, as my character would probably say, because he likes to stay alive. If we're assuming that there is fury inside of that cave
somewhere,
I do not think that it would be smart on our part to invade his territory, knowing that he's a dragon.
yes, but not invading his territory, standing at the mouth of the cave and shouting into it.
That's less of a
Is
less of a threat.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it back real quick
Yeah.
while you do this, but
Okay.
I just want to make an above game comment. Is I did put a door in front of you, however, it's an invisible door. It's just a doorway.
Yeah, we talked about both of the damn door.
And you guys keep talking about that, and I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Look, if there's two options, we either shout, nothing happens, something happens. But either way, if we are going in the cave, we can't go empty-handed. We don't want to show up and look like we're invading. We need to go with the payment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we might not leave the cave
But
because
you don't know where the... First of all, I don't know that even the five of us can push that cart.
I think we could.
I think we would push a cart.
We also have.
I could probably do it with a little bit of help from people.
I have
I'm pretty
polymorph.
strong.
I have.
Okay.
I have a lot of strength.
If we really need to, I can
We
keep
can
polymorph up for a couple
polymorph,
hours.
throw him into
So
a
a
pachyderm to pull it or something.
Yeah, turn you into a horse if you really want to be.
What about a mammoth?
I could turn you into a mammoth.
No, I can
I could keep that up if I spent a lot of resources on it. I could keep that up for
So
8 hours.
we can try the hello method. Wait a few minutes.
I think the hello method out of the two is probably the safer
We could at
option
least
right
start.
now.
Well, that's like low commitment. We can transition if nothing happens.
That's what I said.
I
If that
can
happens in
also-
like 10 minutes, then we go out.
I can also I have minor illusion, so I can make like a loud draconic voice, like confident, or well, I don't want to necessarily be deceptive. I want to be upfront, but I do have like my minor illusion. I can make it like a loud sound. It says I think it's
Project your voice more.
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
cave.
When we project your voice, can we just make a loud bell tolling, and
yeah. It says it can be
Delivery.
It can be as loud as a scream. So it can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, beating of drums, or any other sound you choose. Continues for up to a minute.
well, I don't know whether whatever we're trying to communicate in there speaks common. I'm assuming it
I
probably
can do it
does.
as draconic.
Yeah, but I don't. If these are kobolds, I don't know that they speak draconic.
Well,
Maybe
I assume if they are with a dragon, they speak draconic. I don't know
Maybe
much about
they
that.
read minds.
Well, I mean,
Like
they would
talk to a
hear some,
kobold.
if there is something that I assume that there would be something that speaks draconic. If nothing happens, we could try it in multiple languages.
yeah, I think we should just might as well shout in draconic and common if we're going to shout in.
Can you
I
do
mean,
your illusion and just
two birds,
cycle through every
Yeah.
single language you know?
Yeah, I mean, I have.
Hello.
What do you want me to do?
Hola.
Primordial.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw a prime.
Yeah. Just run through all the languages. So like, hello, hola.
Can you imagine? They're
Buenos
just like
dias.
you're just in the yeah, you're just in the cave like Guten Tag.
Bonjour.
Oh, baguette.
Yeah, run through all the words.
All right, what you guys decide we're doing?
Common and draconic.
So yeah, we are going to I think we're going to use my minor illusion, and I'm going to project a sound 30 feet into the cave of my voice loudly making an introduction in Draconic, saying something to the effect of, And the illusion can last up to a minute.
So it repeats itself.
Yeah. To whom it may concern, basically, to whom it may concern,
Like a freaking letter.
we are the A team. We come in peace to discuss a grave matter with the Alpha Dragon Fury.
Wait, what is the spell you're using?
It's minor illusion.
And
can
it
create
can
an
be
audio.
this long of like a dialogue.
It's a
thing?
minute. So the illusion can last up to a minute.
I get it, but you're saying you can have like a full on paragraph worth
It
of
says
information.
any sound you choose.
A sound.
The sound continues unabated throughout the duration, or you can make discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends. So
A sound is a whole conversation is way more than a
Okay,
sound.
I will shout it into the king.
So we can, however it works. It says that it can be it can be your voice. It says a sound or image that lasts for the duration.
We'll
So-
shout it.
I'm saying a sound is not like.
Then we'll shout it into the
sentences.
king.
So we'll just shout then.
Okay. You can.
I'll shout it in Draconic.
I'll shout it in.
So we'll shout it. We can shout it.
Just don't shout it over him.
Okay. And so you're saying.
So basically, we come in peace.
Got it.
We come to discuss an urgent and grave matter with Fury, the Alpha Dragon.
Oi, Fury, we
We-
got
we-
some
we-
discussing to do.
Yeah, we seek an audience.
So.
Oi.
Yeah,
And I got a license for that.
And if I need to make a
So Locke is shouting this in common, and then he's going to repeat it in Draconic.
correct,
Okay.
I have advantage on persuasion checks with
Okay.
dragons.
Then go ahead and roll that.
Okay. All right. So that is. Oh, excuse me. My proficiency bonus is double. I will roll it single die once. So. Oh, come on. So that is an 18 plus
Everything.
12. So that's a 30 persuasion check. If it's with a dragon. Because I double my proficiency bonus, which was 4, and I have a plus 4 charisma. And I rolled an 18. So that is a 30 persuasion check.
Okay. Okay. What else?
Pretty charismatic for a horned demon-looking thing.
Yeah, what the heck?
He's using his voice, not his looks.
Yeah.
That's true. You can't see it. Yet.
Thank God.
He
for
does
that.
have.
Yeah.
I do have an 18 charisma, so I'm not that ugly.
Pretty
Hey,
charismatic
charisma ain't
for a
just your looks, man.
Yeah.
Intimidation is.
I
charisma.
do
There's
have
sorcery,
nice
you
tattoos and stuff. I don't know. So nothing happens with a 30.
Well, just to remind you, and you know this, just because you roll a really high number, even a 30 on something, doesn't mean that something automatically happens.
Well, but nothing. There's no reaction to anything that we can tell.
How long do you want to wait?
Probably give it at least.
Yeah,
a
in
minute
60
or so.
seconds, you do not hear a response.
Well,
We're doing the card thing.
yeah.
Card thing.
I would say give it another couple minutes and then do the cart thing. Like get the cart prepared to go in
Sure.
while we're waiting, and then
I'll go and
If
try
nothing
to start
else.
pushing the cart. How hard is it to push this cart?
It's heavy as fuck, bro. You should roll me a 30.
You could do it.
I could easily roll a 30. Let's do this.
Give me an athletics if you're trying to push it by yourself.
I'll help you.
Okay,
How
so
many
either
pounds is it?
both of you can roll individually, or one can roll with advantage.
What's your athletics?
Okay.
Okay, I'll do it with advantage. 26.
A 26. So as you get behind
With
her,
2 people.
and the two of you guys trying to shove it, you're just trying to shove it towards the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Just at the mouth of it, right?
Yeah, we're pushing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so you guys can get a 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it to the entrance of the cave.
Still nothing's happening from inside.
We'll be both behind it pushing.
And then have we been able to see what happens inside? Whoever looked.
He has looked and he saw 60 feet into it.
Well, I'm
and
guessing
it
everyone else has
just
the
looked
cave
like it
entrance too,
continued.
right?
yeah,
Straight, no downslope.
I don't know. Ask
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna let this go and just.
Yeah. How does it look? What does it look inside the cave?
Is there? Did you see a downslope at all? or is
I
this-
didn't see any downslope, but I was
You also
looking for
you
that
saw
either.
60 feet.
It
But
just looked like it went straight. For the first 60 feet, it just looked like it went
Yeah.
straight in.
I just want to make sure if we push it and it just.
You don't have any spells that can lift heavy things, do you?
I could turn you into a mammoth.
Was it Tensor's floating disc?
I do not have Tensor's floating.
Is that a ritual?
That is a ritual. I could learn it if I paid money, but I'm
Where's
not
a wizard
going
when
to.
you need one?
I don't even think wizards take that anymore. And it's too. And
It's a
Tensor's
ritual,
floating
you just
disc
get it for
wouldn't
free.
even carry this.
And it's only 1,000 pounds.
Yeah,
so-
it's like I think it's only 500. So it would not carry this. But
Hell, Chrome can carry that.
I could turn you into a mammoth if you wanted to.
Mammoth's not going to fit in the cave opening if you're trying to go in.
Oh, well, this is large. It's a mammoth is large size, I think. So it would be. I could turn him into a horse.
Oh, really? A mammoth is only large? Yeah, mammoth could fit in there.
Let's see.
If Fury comes in and out of it, a mammoth should be able to go in and out of it.
Oh,
But
it is,
but we
a
don't
mammoth
really-
is a mammoth is huge. I apologize.
We don't really know that if Fury comes in and out of this entrance. It might just be.
Could be the service entrance.
That
It could be the servant's entrance. It could be.
That's true.
Maybe he comes in the top of the volcano. I don't freaking know.
Well, we can keep trying to push it. If it becomes a problem,
You're trying
we
to push
can
it in through into the cave then?
Well, I said we can do that.
Oh.
But like, if it becomes a problem, then we can do the.
I guess a
thing.
polar bear. I'm trying to think because I'm looking at my large.
Polar bears
beasts.
make, oh, it's fucking hot out here.
Yeah, a rhinoceros.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Wait, have you seen a rhinoceros? Can you actually turn it
That
into something?
is not a specification of this spell that I've had to.
You have to have seen the animal and know the animal? You don't have to have known the animal
Nope.
or what it looks like?
No clue. There's no. It says.
Just name an.
Yep. It says the new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal or less than the target's. That does not include. There's no specification about whether I've seen it.
That's only wild shape.
No, I don't. It doesn't include that in wild shape either.
I thought we'd have to see it in wild shape.
Nope, that's
It
incorrect.
will come.
It's a
It's
common.
how
It's a
could-
common home rule, but that's not
It's like,
actually
how could
true.
you transform into something that you don't,
You read
you've
the
never
book.
seen, you don't even know what it is?
I'm just saying that's what the rule is.
Same way I could throw any card out of this deck of cards and it'll make the illusion of that thing pop up. I mean, I've never seen that thing before.
Well, that's just, that's in the
I can
magic
I can make
itself.
you into a draft horse. I can make you into a draft horse is probably the best option if we're talking about pulling. But I could turn two of you into draft horses if you really wanted to.
Oh, to twin it.
I can twin spell, yeah, but that
Well,
takes
why
a lot
don't
more
we
resources.
just try to
They
push
can
it for now?
It. If
Yeah,
you
we can
guys can
push
push it, it's fine. But
So like 3 minutes and you're still not hearing anything.
No.
Are we ready to go in?
So you guys want to start pushing this through into the mouth of the
Are we ready to
cave?
start pushing?
That's fine.
Let's push it.
We have something to
So the
guide
wagon,
us as far
wagon
as
will
light.
fit through the entrance, and there's just a little bit of space on either side, but it's going to take up most of the cave entrance.
Someone should be in front.
You guys can still
I'll-
squeeze and kind of walk past it if you need to
I'll
walk
take
past
it in
it.
front.
Well,
Since
is there things that we could pull it from the front? Like, is there like a wooden thing with a bar in it, you know,
okay.
to attach the horses to?
Could we do something?
Sure. We'll say there's like a bar that goes up, and then a side that you guys can try to stand next to.
I still have my climber's kit that you might
could
be able to.
attach some
You
hook-
could jury
rope
rig
to-
that and use it to pull it.
Sure, we'll pull it from the front just so we can be in front too. And it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should still be pushing. You would be pulling. You're like trying
Guys,
to
if
push.
challenged, don't draw weapons until we have to. But if we're here to parlay, we're here to try to communicate with Fury.
Party.
If your only light source is the sword thing, we should probably get you a torch or something.
Yeah, we have torches.
Okay, because
Yeah, my-
you don't want to walk around with this out. Okay, I mean we're here to parlay.
I'll pull out my bullseye lamp that I have,
Okay.
and I'll light that.
So, who's gonna be? I think everyone should be in front. If this was blocked, or should it be the other way? This is in front, and everyone else is kind of behind it in case it's blocking the way we need to run away.
I think we should just.
I'll go in front because I can squeeze around it.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be in front of the cart pulling.
And then are we going to be in the back then? Well, I would rather have someone personally, as the relative squish of the party. I would prefer to have someone standing behind me,
You
but
can
you
sit
should
on the
definitely
cart.
be in the front.
Yeah.
You can sit on the cart if you want.
Yeah, but then I add 100 pounds to the cart.
Fine. What if you're right in front of us, and then we can easily grab you and put us behind? Because
enough.
both of us are the pretty tanky guys.
And then you don't want to be in the back alone, so we'll just have the cart be behind us then.
Sure, the cart's the back.
I will say also, every 5 minutes or so, I'll do a minor illusion in front of us and say, "We come in peace," in Draconic.
Oh my goodness.
Make some bell noises. Ding, 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 ding. We're coming. We're coming.
More cowbell! We come in peace.
Bring out your dead.
I'll do like the most unthreatening voice I can do.
Hey guys, I'm here with the
What
money.
is this? Is that?
I'm bringing gold.
What is that? I think it's lettuce for life sandwich.
Weird.
Interesting.
You said weird.
Well, it looks weird.
That's really weird. It's really weird, guys.
Does it come with frog show?
Taste the power of my blade. I want to Kermit the Frog as a paladin. That's my next character.
What would Miss Piggy be?
Miss
Fighter?
Piggy.
No, she-
Barbarian.
She's always
I definitely want a Muppets D&D game now. Oh no. Can we be a bard? Who are we kidding?
Yeah, because they're singing on the.
So many songs about rainbows.
God, I hate that song.
What else? Yeah. Trying to think.
What would the count be?
Alright, so
That's not a Muppet.
if you guys are just gonna start going through the cave, go ahead and give me your marching order. Let's see what you guys look like.
So we have the two big men. I'll stand here.
And I can grab you if you need to.
Yep, I will. I will. I am very comfortable ducking underneath the cart.
Did we decide everybody wants to be in front?
Anyone want
Well,
boxing?
I'll be in
should
front
be in
since
Okay.
that's
Well,
great passive
you-
perception.
Can we space you guys forward just a little bit in case for whatever reason we have to try and stop it right away and you guys can't get away out of the way?
yeah.
And it goes forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds good. Scoot
Well,
forward,
do we have a brake handle of some sort on this cart? I assume there's a.
Or
I
glutes.
assume- Huh?
Yeah, you see that wheel? I'll pull out.
You stop.
I have a long staff. I'll pull out a long staff.
No, but I assume the
That's
cart.
your
I assume the cart has a brake on it. I mean, if we all of a sudden like find ourselves going downhill or it gets a little out of control, we have a brake on it somewhere. I assume.
Is there a brake in the car?
Is there a brake on the cart? That's what I'm asking.
No.
Okay, I have a long staff. I will
Okay.
put it in the wheel and jam it if I
If we
have time.
desperately need to, I
Okay.
could. Yeah, I could figure something out. We'll
Okay.
just-
Well, I was only going to be in front for the powers of persuasion, but you had better persuasion if we're
Against
going to talk to a
dragons.
dragon.
Specifically on dragons,
Right.
I am good
Can
at
you do me a favor though? Can you hold the staff while I
I
push
will
the
hold
cart?
the staff.
And then
I can hold it over my
just
shoulder.
hand it to me if I
Alright.
ask for it to
Yep.
stop the cart.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna need both hands.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of ways. I could web it if we really need to stop the cart.
Okay.
That
Okay.
could work. I
Okay.
could.
Alright,
I
yeah.
could levitate it. That would stop it.
I'm going to bring up the rear and be behind the cart then.
I can probably rage and hold
Because
the cart
because
back.
I can help push it a little bit from the back, but I can't do squat to help from the front.
Okay. So put you
Yeah.
here, like off to the side, so you can still
Oh,
see
actually, it wouldn't
forward.
stop the cart.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of push on it as we're walking forward here. and-
Wait, do we have an immovable rod?
I think Egan had it.
Crap, Egan has the rod. That would have been the perfect break. Click, click, kaboom.
I mean, I just turn you into an elephant and you stop it. the mammoth just gunks up the tunnel. It's like the trolley problem.
Oh my god.
It's
Fantastic.
it's actually a.
Okay.
All right.
So who's in the
100%
front there? We've
probably.
got Valman, and then Locke,
Yep.
and then
Roderick's in
we've
the
got,
back. All right. Good luck, Roderick.
Is that Chrome and Obi,
I'm
Yep.
looking. I can crawl under that
And
thing
then
under the
cart.
cart if something comes up behind me.
and then
Me too.
Roderick on the back there.
That's gonna be the strategy.
Okay.
Crawl underneath and pray.
So
There's no atheists
the
in
mission is
foxhole.
to just take this marching order and go right through the cave, huh?
Yep, we are going to be yelling
And,
out like we come in peace
and,
every once in a while.
Make a
Valman,
banging on
do you
the
have
making
dark
noise.
vision?
I do have dark vision, but I also have a bullseye lamp out.
Are you using a bullseye?
Using a
Bullseye just shoots like a 5
It's a
foot
cone,
beam.
60-foot cone.
It's a cone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I remember right.
Yeah.
Bullseye lantern shoots a.
Light travels in an outward shape.
We don't
I
have.
thought the whole
we
point
don't
of
have
bullseye
lasers.
was that it was just like a circle.
Nope, a
not
bullseye
a laser.
lantern
Yeah,
cast
it's
by
not a
lasers.
laser.
60-foot cone and dim light for additional 60 feet.
Yeah.
Once lit, it lasts for 6 hours.
Yeah, so that'll shoot out the thing in front of you.
And then
How many oil uses do you have?
I have another one.
So you have
So-
12 hours total. If you
12 hours total. If
I
you
thought
need
one oil was an hour. I'm saying one oil is 16 or
it.
6
It's
hours.
6 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bullseye lantern.
Okay, so one flask of oil is 6 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
And then,
With this specific lantern, I don't know.
That's
what
some
the name
good
is.
oil.
Oh shit, huh?
and then-
Comes from the good whale.
Maybe I was
Comes from
thinking
whales.
torches. Torches only last.
Torches
an hour.
are an hour. Yeah, bullseye lantern is like the advanced torch.
And then we're gonna take.
Well, the real answer for if it's going is I just cast teleport and we just teleport.
Okay.
I'm gonna use
That's true.
my chalk that I have to start marking numbers as we start going forward.
What kind of
In case we have to track our way back out.
Don't vandalize
like,
the
what
cave,
numbers are
man.
you writing?
Just numbers 1 and then all the way up to however many numbers we have to do.
I can count.
Like how often are you putting?
About 30 feet
On the left or right wall?
on the right hand side.
On the right hand as you're going in.
Yeah, so we're going in.
Okay.
So it'll be on
And
the
you
left.
said how far feet?
About 30 every 30
About every
feet.
30 feet. So I read like number 1.
Yeah,
Are
one.
you writing
then
it in
two.
common or thieves' cant? Or...
I'm gonna put it in common.
all right. So everybody, maybe Roger, I don't know. Can you read?
Can you
Well, it's
read?
numbers.
You say you have an intelligence of like 5 or something.
Yeah,
Can you read?
of course. I can
Alright.
read and write music too.
I can read numbers up to 4. Once you get to 5, he's lost.
Oh shit, that's illegal.
Okay.
Weird number.
Oh man.
Okay. And what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is. It is 17.
Of course. Okay.
Hey, you
Don't
know
ask
what?
what my passive investigation is.
Just know
Yeah.
you're vandalizing the dragon's cave.
Oh no, we're putting chalk. We'll erase it on the
no.
way out.
Yeah, that's true. But
So
I do
as
wanna
you
make sure
guys
that
are
I'm not
going,
losing my way
as
out.
everybody's going in, you're going in. You're now feel like you're past that initial 60 feet that Roderick saw, but it still seems to be kind of going straight. It is. It feels like natural, kind of like cavernous, right? It feels very not smooth, not like set stones. It looks like some kind of like channel through a natural stone. Is what it feels like maybe water had made it however many years ago, or creatures may have eaten it, but since then the walls have been smoothed over and whatnot. So it feels very kind of naturally made. And then there comes a point.
This thing forks. I don't know which direction.
About another 20 feet beyond that initial 60, so about 80 feet in, you see something familiar. You see a wire stretched across, hovering above the floor from the wall to wall.
Okay. I'd like to investigate that wire.
Okay. You go ahead and roll an investigation, but your passive is 20 something. You realize it's a tripwire.
Yeah, 26. Yeah.
It looks like the activation of a trap. It looks like a tripwire.
And
I
then
have one
and investigate to both ends of each wire to see what's on the other end, on either end of it. Do that as well.
To see what's on it, disappears like into like a pinhole in the wall. You don't know where it goes.
Don't know where it goes. Okay.
Kind of, it disappears into both
I-
sides of the wall.
I mentioned back how far ahead are you? Okay, I'm decently far enough ahead to where that you'll be able to stop the cart. And I'm like, hey guys, there's a tripwire up here. Stop the cart.
So as you guys are taking all of that effort to push it, give me another athletics, by the way, both of you, individually or with advantage, however you want to do it.
Blue advantage. Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's good. 26 again.
Yeah. So you guys are trudging along. You hear him like say stop. You're like, oh fuck it! I got that. You finally got that momentum, which was a bitch to get it going. And now you start to, instead of pushing that bar in front of you guys, you're now starting to try to pull it. And then both of you give me an athletics saving throw. Same thing, individually or advantage.
26.
Yeah, you're able to stop it. And you're like, fucking bullshit! We just put all this effort to get the motion going, and now you've stopped it, but you stopped it. But you're kind of like, fuck.
But I'm a calm person, so I don't say it.
But you don't say that. But in your head, you're thinking.
Guys, this tripwire, I don't know where it goes. I don't know what it's attached to. It disappears into the wall when I look at it. So I'm.
Is there anything above us that looks like it's gonna shoot or cut us or fall down?
You have thieves' tools, of course, right?
Yes, I do.
So you know that you can attempt to disarm it. You see the ability. You've seen it. You have the ability to use your tools to kind of get into the wall to try to deactivate it if you wish to choose so.
Then
Usually shove something in there so that when you cut the wire, it doesn't release.
is there any? Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see what I got.
Can you pick the cart up and lift it over the wire?
I don't think that's happening.
If I turn him into a monkey,
A gorilla?
I could put a Bigby's hand. Bigby's hand's got 28 strength, I think. 26th.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, yeah. 5th level spells, baby.
Oh, that's right. Freaking
Yeah.
grab the dragon.
Yeah, it choke slammed the dragon.
Um,
I took him out. I took him down. Big
Downtown.
B's hand. Big B's hand.
I
So
don't
we've
have
got
any
what,
like.
torchlight and shit.
Yes.
If you just turn them off, we'll just use these lamps, these candles.
Okay, I'm just going to take off a piece of my rope to use to stuff the hole once I go to disarm it.
Okay. So. So go ahead and the way I do it, instead of making you have as like a sole separate proficiency with your thieves tools, I tie them into sleight of hand.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a sleight of hands.
25.
A 25. And you feel, I'll say instead of trying to stuff the hole, what you realize after investigating it is like if you take something strong that the wire can wrap around and hold the tension on the wire, and like the wire in the wall doesn't keep going in.
Right.
That'll
It kind of
be-
wrap around to stop it.
So you take one of the pieces from your toolkit and you're able to hold the wire, snip it, tie it to that at the right level to where it now pushes against the wall.
To stop it from going in far.
And it is now you've deactivated the trigger.
Okay. Alright, traps clear.
As far as you know.
As far as you know.
Well,
Traps,
now we should be careful of traps.
yeah. So keep your eye out for traps. I'd like to. I guess it would be a perception. I don't know. But check the following area afterwards to see if there's anything else. Investigate it.
So you
You
want
want to stay a little bit ahead?
So you
Yeah,
want
yeah. I'm staying
This
a little
card's
bit
not
ahead.
easy to stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ahead a little bit.
How far is it a little bit? How far?
I'm
from the
gonna
card
get
you want?
5 feet. The next 5 feet in front of where the wire was, and then investigate the area.
Okay. So go ahead and roll an investigation.
20.
You in that 5 feet in front of the wire, you don't see anything that would be like a trigger of some sort.
Why don't you go about 20 feet in front of the cart, stay there, check for traps as we go, and that way we
Sounds good.
that way we can stop the cart. in
So
case
now you're
something
20. There's a 20-foot gap in between you now.
It's pretty much there.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
the cave is starting to change a little bit. Now it's starting. The floor is starting to get more rough and more natural versus like smooth, more like undulating. And it's starting to move and twist as well. And so in front of you, you see it goes probably about another like 30 feet, and then you see it like bend and turn towards the right. But then it also looks like it continues to open. So you see like a right hand turn as you're going this way.
Okay.
In front of you, you see like a right hand turn, but you also see this cave wall kind of like turn. But you also see that it keeps going as well. So it looks like it's opening up into a bigger area, but you can't see to the right.
Okay. I'd whisper back to my group, say we have an opening up ahead, but it's curving to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, just to, as a heads up, it's not a straight push anymore. We're about to start having to turn the thing a little bit.
Okay. So
As long as it fits.
in your passive is what, 17?
17 on the perception, yes.
Okay. So as you guys want to just make it up to there,
I mean, we'll go up, I guess, kind of close.
he doesn't notice any traps up to the curve.
I mean, stop 5-10 feet short.
Yeah,
just
we'll
so we
fight-
can
we'll-
figure
yeah.
out how to navigate it.
We'll investigate the curve. For
So once you get up to the curve and you kind of look around, it looks like it opens up like into it kind of goes down now to the right. It kind of like slopes down.
okay.
And then it opens up and it is like a little bit wider. So now instead of it being like 12 feet wide, it looks like it's maybe, I don't know, about 20 feet. But it also looks like there's like another kind of opening that kind of goes on this right hand turn, kind of looks like it keeps going. And then so there's like like an opening there, and then like a wall that keeps going. So kind of like a split, if you will. This is
like
much,
a fork in the road kind of.
This is a lot wider,
okay.
and that seems just like a shadowy corner.
Okay.
But okay, 17.
As moving forward, I'm still about 20 feet ahead of everyone, so I'm going to investigate the curve to see if there's any traps or anything there.
Go ahead and roll an investigation. If you're actively investigating.
26.
As far as you can tell, you don't see anything in that area.
Okay. So far, everything looks fine. I might keep moving forward and let you know as I keep going to see if there's any more traps in the area. I'll move another 15 feet forward, going to the right to that shadowy spot that you mentioned.
Okay.
And do another investigation.
So as you get over there with the bullseye lantern, so as you go into the bigger area and kind of shine, it looks like it is a lot wider, be a lot easier to navigate as it goes through. You're now starting to see the roof is now getting, the ceiling is now getting taller. You're starting to see more stalactites on the ceiling as well. And then as you go to the right, it looks smaller. It's still, about 10 to 12 feet wide.
Okay.
But it definitely is a smaller area, and you don't notice any triggering traps in that initial entrance area.
Okay. I go back to them and I let them know, hey, we're clear to keep moving forward.
And we keep pushing forward.
Okay, which way you guys
You
going?
shouted it down both of these ways yet?
The way he
she
told
would've
us
shot
that's
everything.
clear.
I'm going to be taking it to the right, and
Okay,
as
right.
they're taking it to the, as they're catching up to me, as I move forward, I'm going to check the other direction too and investigate for any.
So as you guys are trying to maneuver that corner, both of you collectively will average them together, or one with advantage. Another athletics.
26.
Okay.
Oh, a lot of 17.
So you're able to make that corner. So now then the question is, do you guys want to kind of keep going to the smaller path, or do you want to turn it towards
Which
the
way?
larger path? And as you look down the larger path, just at the initial parts, investigation roll is
27.
and it's the entrance part of it, the first 15, 20 feet there, you don't notice anything dangerous jumping out at you.
I think we should go down the wider path to give ourselves some freedom of movement moving forward, and maybe we'll find the Alpha Dragon Fury down this way, because if it moves around, this would be the most logical spot for it to actually move.
Sounds logical to me.
Since this spell keeps going off every so often of we come in peace, do we hear any kind of grumblings coming back to us?
Roll a perception check.
Edges and nose, that's 7.
A 7. You hear your heartbeat going as you keep trying to push and stuff, and you're getting strained in your muscles. The blood flowing through your body is kind of giving you that thumping in your head. That's kind of what you're hearing more is and you're breathing. You're not really hearing anything through. You seem pretty focused on this very labor-intensive act that you were doing, and you don't really hear anything other than the occasional, hey, there's a turn. Hey, it looks safe over here. Hey, stop. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. Go. Which seems to start to becoming the bane of your day. Stop. Go. Stop. Go.
Will you not die? All right.
Okay. So you guys are maneuvering it towards the large one.
I thought I'd be trying to convince him, but this is the summary.
Okay. So as you continue to go forward, how far in do you want to go now?
Blocking us, so.
How much farther do you want to go in
I'm gonna go another 20 feet
before you do a check again?
before I check again. Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and roll an investigation.
19.
Yeah. You see something that triggers your senses. You. Hang on one second. How am I gonna explain this?
those are like the talking points that I made, thinking I want to be able to summarize.
That's good.
If you want to borrow it when we get there.
Yeah.
So you notice something there, and what was the number again?
19.
19. Okay, so with the 19, as you start to move forward, you notice. I don't know. The floor seems to have changed temperature all of a sudden. Like you crossed the threshold, and this is now warmer than that, which is kind of like getting your senses going. And as you start to try to investigate, this is something that's very, very specific, and you realize that it doesn't seem to be like, it gives you the sense of somehow like a feeling of like maybe some kind of like magic triggering mechanism. It doesn't feel like a tripwire or like a pressure plate, some of those common things. This, you get the sense with the fucking 19 that this would be like an audible type of trigger, like a noise.
Okay.
Beyond this warm sensation, this warmer zone,
Okay.
any kind of loud noise might trigger something.
Okay.
As we're going through making noise.
He's
Wake up, babies!
And how often does
I
that?
can
I was
see.
thinking about every 5 minutes.
I can see over.
And how long does that last? That repeat?
And-
I was just gonna have it be like that much. I don't want it to repeat just one.
No, but how long?
Every 5 minutes.
What do you mean?
Indefinitely?
It's
For
a
5
it's a
minutes?
it's a cantrip.
Oh, you were just gonna redo
I was
it
gonna
every
use
5
my
minutes.
cantrip every 5 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I'm going to turn around and cast message to him to tell him to cut the sound.
I'm like getting ready. Oh, we're gonna cast it again. Oh well, no, guess not.
Yes, Mr. President.
Get down, Mr. President. I'll turn and we go. I'll
So
I think we might have a problem.
with that, you go ahead and roll another investigation, trying to find like a way to try to a location or a source that maybe you can try to attempt to deactivate this thing.
Okay. Oh, that was. Well,
We do have some magic uses in the body.
again. 19.
A 19.
Yes.
This one's tricky. So you find like an access point, kind of like wedged underneath one of the edges of the stones, that you feel that you could try to like kind of put some of your thieves' tools in and kind of mess around. You're gonna have to try to like guess exactly how to do it because it's not a lock. You're not picking a lock. You're not 100% familiar with it, so you can attempt it, or you feel that if everyone goes through this section stealthy enough, that would also be safe. If you can get through however far, you haven't been all the way through, so you don't know how far it is. If you can get through this zone quietly enough, it should not trigger it, or you can attempt to deactivate something you're not 100% familiar with. That's your
So,
choice.
Did you say? Would you have communicated that it seems to be magical?
No, I would not have at that moment. It was more of
Because then you would
more because I would have said it in the message if I
Yeah.
did. So
Let me correct it. You don't feel like it's a magic trap. You
Oh,
just feel your spidey senses was going, which
Something's wrong.
was kind of
something's
weird.
off.
Danger
And then
sense.
you kind of noticed, because of that, you were able to notice like a warmness difference. That kind of triggered the zone for you.
Okay.
So you can't say exactly it is or it is not magically enhanced. Maybe it is, but that's
can I
you
do
don't
an
you don't know if
Arcana
it is,
check?
huh?
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure.
We're looking at 16.
Let me
Still
just
fleeting.
do a light You feel, and why were you doing an Arcana check? You wanted
To know if it is magical or not.
you feel that it cannot be deactivated by like an anti-magic.
Okay.
If that's kind of what you're going for.
That was pretty much what I was going for, to see if it was.
It has to mechanically be deactivated, or you
Okay.
have to successfully not trigger it.
Okay.
It can be
So
deactivated physically, or you can be. You've discovered you could be quiet enough and not trigger it.
I'd like to move back and whisper to the guys, hold up.
Hold up, wait a minute. Can I go back up?
Hold up, there's a trap that's triggered by, I'm assuming, noise. So let me go up and
You go up and yell at it.
Yeah, let me go up and try to disable it. That way we can push this cart without feeling like, we have to be super quiet about it.
What if you just set it off from way far back?
I can set it off from at least 30 feet.
Crow grabs a rock. Shooting! He bounces it down the hall.
Nothing goes off. See, we're fine. Boom! As it goes.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, but I don't know how loud of a sound will start it up. So
I mean, he's been shouting this whole time.
Well, as long as the trap doesn't fire off, a volley of arrows at us.
Ooh, I'll stand in front.
Theoretic.
Well, then
It's an arrow.
don't we sort of want to set the trap off and bring whoever the trap would bring?
I'd much rather, personally, I would much rather take care of the trap first. That way, when we're coming back, we don't have to not activate it on
Are you
accident.
confident in your ability to deactivate?
I'm fairly confident in what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can go for it.
And I'm gonna make my way back up and
I'll be cowering behind the cart if you need me.
go to disable.
You go out of the car, go. I'm only gonna say, you guys got this.
Well, actually, can I? Before we do that, can I throw up a tiny hut around us
10 minutes.
to block any potential? Take 11 minutes to put up a tiny hut, so that if any projectiles come at us,
Indestructible.
we're protected from any projectiles.
Except if it's fire.
If it's fire, but if it's projectiles,
But yeah, that's actually a smart idea.
So you're going to sit there for 11 minutes and wait?
yeah, we'll
Yeah,
throw
we're
up
gonna
a,
sit there for 11 minutes.
Okay.
And
Yep.
Because it's a ritual, right?
yeah, I'll throw my ritual, and then you finally see. It's like the what is that, PlayStation?
GameCube?
Where
yeah, that's GameCube.
Yeah, GameCube. That's kind of how it looks as it pops up
Gotcha.
around us.
Do you want me to put the 20-foot radius back
And this
out?
one's gonna be a pitch
what?
black.
The 20-foot radius back out.
Sure.
Yeah,
Figure out where
we'll
everybody's
pile
at.
into the. I'll stand like in the cart as I put it up.
Strike the cart.
Yep.
And so you guys all have to be sit within that zone?
I think we can all fit on the cart if we don't have to. We can jam the cart to stop it. That should fit the whole cart, right? Or it'd be close.
Just fit the front part. That's all that matters. If it's,
Well, it has to fit
How
with.
tall is it?
It should be tall enough. I don't know. This cart is enormous.
it's 10 feet radius all directions.
Yeah.
I'm 6
This
feet.
cart is-
I'm
this
6
cart
feet
is
away.
Cart is,
huge.
that cart is
It's
Hey.
a
Look,
20.
just put.
Hey!
I'm just saying, it's a 25-foot long cart.
You know what? Craft your own shit.
I'm
then.
just no like. Is the cart realistically actually that big, or are we just? Is that just a not to scale?
How many
model?
carts have you been on in your life?
Oh, I've never seen a 25-foot cart.
I've been on a hayride.
I know.
Hey.
Look, just block the front part. It's not like it's gonna arc over and
That's
magically
true.
hit the
If we're
back.
just protecting against projectiles,
Yes.
that's true. We can put the cart like outside of it, and the cart like rests against the back of it, and we can all hide in the cart. That's okay. So yeah, we can just put the cart out.
Put the cart like halfway through.
Well, it has to be in or out. It can't
Oh, okay,
because
fine.
it's one object. It's not like Ship of Theseus.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, if an object, I believe it says if an object enters, the spell fails if its area includes a target creature or more than 9.
Okay, so everybody else is going to stand inside that circle?
Yeah.
Maybe you should
let's,
stand inside, then go outside, do it, and then run inside if you need to.
Yeah, that's true. That makes the most sense, just in case. Because also, if we end up getting into a fight, then nothing can really.
We can argue from inside the circle.
Yeah,
We come in
Correct.
peace. We're
Correct.
gonna wait here. In
they can't.
peace.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, we'll wait here for a couple hours while you guys.
So, as you guys are doing that, the two of you, your swords start vibrating. And roll initiative.
Gotcha.
Rolling initiative. Okay.
Let's roll initiative.
There goes my die.
Oh,
Into the hostess box.
And-
Ooh, and you roll with advantage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So,
And-
all right, that is a fun item.
oh, fantastic.
That bumps my initiative to a 20.
I don't even know. I don't got music.
Ah! Jesus! Damn, that set off the trap.
Oh man.
the loud music set off the trap.
Yeah.
True. That's how
So
that worked.
there is
I
that.
got
Wow, look
20.
at your pile. Is that
No,
all
I
your
got
keys?
13 day of the week as long as it's not.
Okay, did anybody get 20 or higher?
20.
That is
Lockabons.
lock.
Do we see anything? What triggers the addition?
Hold on. 15 to 20.
17.
18.
18 is Val. Is it okay to call you Val or you want Val Min?
That was fine.
Val.
For this, that was
And
fine.
then Obi.
Call me Obitide, please.
Obitai.
Yeah. Open time.
Oh, what about over one?
Obi 2.
Ron Hendricks the third. What was the? What
Von
was?
Lichtenstein or
No,
whatever?
yeah, his.
Oh,
Percival.
Percival's like.
Oh yeah.
All right, so that was 15 to 20. So 10 to 15.
Well, Percival Frederickson,
12.
Von Musel Kowalski, Doril the third.
And then you are Roderick. And then what'd you get?
6.
A 6.
I'm holding the card. Slowing me down.
Okay.
A lot of gold.
So as you guys are all kind of sitting around, you don't hear anything, but as you kind of got the bullseye lantern in there, you start to see a bunch of like shadows kind of going, and then you see this just flurry of what you guys kind of guess are bats just coming right at you. You don't hear them flying because they fly silently though.
Okay.
As this
They do?
like swarm of bats just start to invade
I
your,
got how-
invade your space right in there. And Locke, as you are in the middle of your ritual, you notice this. What would you like to do?
So I'm seeing a bunch of bats are around him.
No, coming from the bullseye light, coming straight towards you guys
Cloud of
down the
bats
corridor.
Oh well.
How far in the ritual are you?
Well, I dropped my spell book, my ritual spell. I just drop it.
So ritual stops.
Yeah, the ritual stops. The magic fades, and they haven't reached him yet, right?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna throw up a web in front of him in the cave.
Okay.
So
second.
web is a
Grab this.
20-foot
There's
cube.
there's a web. Oh,
So I don't know how wide the.
Oh, I think I have it in here. Hold on.
That would
It's basically blocked the entire thing.
Yeah, it should block the entire corridor, I think. Unless the corridor is much larger than I'm thinking.
Yeah,
so I
should block it up there.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just.
Oh wait, no, because that's where it opened up. So we were saying.
So it's a 20-foot cube.
There'll be
attached
like
to the wall.
there'll be some it takes up most of it. There'll be some like nooks and crannies though.
Okay,
That
so
aren't-
they would
that
have
aren't-
to
that aren't
be
webbed,
careful to move around
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna throw up a web and say,
Okay.
something.
What's the range on your web?
I believe it is 60 feet. Yeah, 60 feet.
Okay, fair enough. How close to him do you want that web?
I would like it to be like 10 feet in front of him,
Got it,
if I
perfect.
can.
And
do
it's
that.
a 20-foot
20-foot cube,
right?
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So I'll just. Yeah, I drop my spell book and I immediately. What is the web component? Yeah, I have a little like vial that has like a spider web going back and forth in it, and I lift it up and just put my thumb on the top, and just a web springs out just out of in front of him.
So you're kind of standing there, like listening. Is your
Ritual
ritual? Is it verbal?
I assume that as I'm still in the actual ritual part
Yeah,
before I'm setting
right,
the
I got
spell to actual cast.
Correct.
So
I'm asking if the ritual had verbal, right?
I'll say probably
Okay.
there was some verbal.
So
to it.
you're listening to him in the back, kind of like doing his, and you heard it last night too. You know the little murmurings of the "Oh tiny hut, you must warm, oh tiny hut, you are my friend," or whatever the hell.
Oh,
Sure.
tiny hut. Oh, tiny hut.
And you got your bullseye lanterns, kind of like looking ahead. You know, you got your distance from where that warm zone was, and then all of a sudden you start to see this like these shadows kind of like darting through, and you're kind of like, what? And then all of a sudden you kind of get a little bit blinded, right? Kind of like fog and headlights in the fog.
Right.
And you're like, what the fuck was that? And then you focus, and there's just spider webs have just appeared down that entire corridor, like 10 feet in front of you, down to where you can't even see anymore. You're like, what the fuck was that? The hallway is just covered in spider webs now, just instantaneously. And you hear the murmuring behind you stop.
Yep.
And you're concentrating, right?
I am concentrating, reading my ring. And then I would like to just say, I think we got company. And I will end my turn.
Okay.
I'll make sure that the beefy boys are in front of me.
So you move back.
I'll back up.
You're like, oh shit.
Move away.
All right, Valman, that's your turn.
Concentrate.
Can I see how close the enemies are at this point?
You see spider webs. Now the light is now lit up.
Kind of-
the front wall of the first
Okay.
couple of feet of the spider webs is now kind of like what you see.
It is lightly obscured, to be clear. So that area is lightly obscured.
Gotcha.
20-foot cube.
In the 20-foot cube, yeah.
Well, I'd
Hard to see
like
through
to shift myself back to
thick
the
spider
group.
webs.
Towards.
Do we want to mark out? Can I mark out with like some dice where the edges are?
You could just got a little marker. Have them
Or are we just? Oh dear.
Oh,
Marker! Yay!
I knocked over the
Yay!
fancy
I
chrome,
love marker. My favorite.
Okay.
Oh god.
So
I DM with markers.
Val.
So I do too.
So
you just move
it's
back,
like
anything else?
here.
Val.
Yeah.
Anything else? You move back.
And then.
Heavy
Smiley
face.
My
I take my action
Happy
to
web.
swap to my short bow.
So you're putting the lantern down.
Yeah, put the lantern down.
Are you leaving it like shining that
Yeah,
direction?
shining in the direction.
Do you want to leave the lantern where you moved to, or up where it was? Where are you putting the lantern at?
I would.
Where's that little fire?
I would actually have it set down.
The
Oh,
little
this guy.
flames that we have.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You use that
I'm
as your
gonna set
lantern.
it down to like.
And then it's
right.
got a 60-foot cone coming out of
And
it.
angle
Yes.
it towards where
Okay.
you're putting.
So like here.
Yeah.
No, turn it flat.
Like
Yeah,
that.
Lay it
No,
flat like
lay
it's
it
a cone
flat.
coming
Oh,
out.
Yeah, there
gotcha.
you go.
Okay.
Actually, we turn it the other way, but it widens out.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Either way,
Close enough.
Yeah. So right about there, coming down.
it's gonna take up the hallway. It's
Easily.
60 feet.
Yeah.
And you said your action was to what again?
To swap to my short bow.
You can do that with a free action. You can interact with an object for free. So.
Well, my
I
interaction
see
with the
what you're
object would be putting the
setting
lamp
it up. I
down.
gotcha.
You
Yeah,
can
and then
drop
swap
for
to.
free.
Or do you want to drop, or do you want to place and aim?
I'm gonna place an aim,
Got
and
it.
then I'm going to swap to my short bow.
Okay. And that takes us to Obatai. Right? Obatai? What you said? Obatai?
Yeah.
Obatai!
Obatai.
Obatai!
I'm only just going to step up 5 feet, get my my shield in front of me, look
Yeah.
over it, get my hilt out, and just whisper to it, erupt. And then it starts lighting up. So now there's just a little bit more light. And then I can't remember what you guys.
Does it hum as well?
You know, like one thing. It vibrates.
Oh. I like it.
It's like a shaker.
And then I'm just gonna. Which, by the way, igniting it is or erupting it is my bonus action. Just for my action, I'll just
Okay.
stand fast to dodge.
Yeah, you can dodge action.
Yeah, dodge is your action.
Sure.
So anything that attacks you between now and your next turn would have disadvantage if
Yeah.
you
And how do you guys phrase that again? Because you
Just
said
dodge action.
dodge.
Just dodge action.
Use my action to dodge. Okay. Very
Or you
good.
can use your action to
I
get
should
out
also
of
probably
dodge and
face-
run away.
Sure.
There's no facing, but yeah.
Roderick Dumer, you see all that happening? What do you want to do?
Broderick is going to cast a circle of power around the group.
Is that
It's a 30-foot radius.
what level spell is
Isn't that the really big
That's a
one?
5.
a fifth
Fifth
level?
level spell?
Okay.
Oh, mine's just the second level. Okay.
Which basically it protects us against spells and magic effects, and we take no damage instead of half damage if we succeed on the save on it.
How long does that last?
Concentration is
Is it like
like
10
10 minutes or something. Yeah, 10 minutes, but it's
And is that
concentration.
I'm sorry, is that an area or you select people?
No, it's a 30-foot radius on me.
30-foot radius. Okay, so we
It's
got
like a paladin aura, right?
Hmm?
It's like a paladin aura on you.
so six
I
square,
figured.
6 squares from Roderick. You guys have this thing. If
Oh, concentration.
30 feet, right? 30 foot
Yeah,
radius.
30-foot radius.
Can you get a concentration rate
So
for
if you're
Yeah,
within
you wanna
6
put- you
squares
wanna
of
put
Roderick,
concentration
you
on
get whatever he just said.
Yeah.
All right, is that it, Roderick?
Well, I'm going to shout
Shout.
in common.
Let it all out.
Stand down, we come in peace. We seek an audience with fury on Lemon's behalf. Is that enough? Too much speaking?
Okay. I don't know what that is. Sorry, I'm just.
Can we get?
I was
Andrew,
just
can
trying
you
to
get a
quickly grab
concentration rate
some
for
kind
him?
of.
Put
It was not
concentration
copyrighted.
for him.
All right, so that is Roderick's turn, and then what you guys all notice as you guys are looking at this lit up spider web filled corridor, is you start to see movement hit it, and you're seeing all of these
So like
shaking.
pigeons hitting a window or something.
You kind of look. And what is it a saving throw for those?
For the web?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when they enter the space,
Uh-huh.
they have to succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
A dex saving throw. What are they? Hang on. What are they gonna get? They.
16.
You're not gonna believe it. They got a 17.
Oh, well, that's okay. So each creature that starts its turn in the web or enters them during its turn must make a dex save. On a fail, it's restrained. So
Is it difficult terrain?
So they
Um,
Although they're flying.
So-
it is difficult terrain. So they would move at half speed through it.
Okay. So, with their let's change that then. So then, as they succeeded, their sonar was actually able to see that giant clump of web there. So they slow their pace, and they are now instead of running into the wall, they kind of like circle back, and then some of them start to kind of like try to find the little holes as they kind of click onto the wall, and they start to slowly kind of climb through the edges and stuff. So instead of a fast, they are now. You guys can see little shadows slowly kind of moving up and around in the nooks and the crannies up in the sides and in the ceiling.
Are they going to be in the web for that, or are they going to? So would they
You said
start
it's
their?
difficult terrain, right?
It is difficult terrain. So will they start their next turn in the web?
Yes.
Okay, so they'll have to make another save then.
Okay. So yeah, they're climbing through the webbed area. Or we're gonna say it's the whole thing.
These
All right,
like big
that
ass
takes
bats?
us to Karome.
Are these like big ass bats or like normal size?
There's a bullseye lantern on there. Go ahead and just give me a perception check first.
10.
Looks like shit going through the webs. You know, one hasn't come out yet. You're not sure. They're all up in the shadows of the nooks and crannies.
What is
of the
going
cabin
on up
wall.
here? I'll stand up here in the front
I wonder
of the
at this
party.
point did we activate the trap or did this something?
Yeah.
We don't know.
I didn't get a chance to deactivate it or activate it.
Gotcha.
So.
Yep.
We might have activated. Who knows?
Did it right?
Yeah, didn't you shout? You shouted too, so.
Well, when I shouted it, we probably activated the trap, but we hadn't already activated the trap.
I'll,
We weren't going to stealthily roll a 1,000-pound cart through it either.
Yeah, I don't think that was happening.
I'm sure.
Carl, what you doing, bud?
Put my mask on. And then I will.
Did we say that's bonus action? Or free action?
Yeah.
Right?
And then I'm just gonna dodge action in the very front there.
Dodging, got it. That takes us to Lock of Arms.
Well,
Looks like you slowed them bitches down with that webby web.
So it
I
seems.
don't understand dodging all that because all I ever did was attack.
Well,
You could have run into the web.
What is this dodging?
You totally could have ran up to the web.
sometimes the best defense is dodging. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
If you dodge a wrench,
You can dodge a bat, you can dodge a ball.
Okay. Just for funsies, because it doesn't.
What the?
Are you gonna burn the web?
No, no. For the sake, because I have nothing else really to do. How tall are you?
I'm 4'11".
Ooh, he's
Okay,
tall.
so he is short enough that I can cast a minor illusion of a rock over him. He fits within a 5-foot cube. Just barely.
I'm stout.
So I'm going to.
a little bit.
You're gonna make him look like a rock.
I'm going to put a minor illusion of a rock over you. So it
So you're
looks
hidden.
like
So I
you
look
are
like a rock?
completely. It's like Solid Snake, yeah. I could do a little box if I wanted to, but yeah, I'm putting a. That's what I'm gonna use my action to do. I'm gonna put a
Okay.
rock over him.
So as you guys are all standing around looking, you see Valman disappear, and instead there is a like 5 foot tall rock.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
a big ass rock just appears.
Look at that. The halfling can make himself look like a rock. That's
And
pretty good.
Locke is
Okay,
just gonna.
That's a very impressive.
Valman, it's now your turn.
I will.
As you look like a rock.
Fantastic.
Not the rock, but a
Hey,
rock.
Dwayne.
Might want to just throw him.
I'm going to prep an attack with my short bow for it when an enemy comes through the web.
If you see an enemy exit the web on your side,
On our side.
arrow release.
Yes.
Got it. Anything else?
No.
Obaitai, your turn, buddy.
I don't feel like
Yeah, Roger, you're
to
next.
at the moment. So
Yeah, we're kind of stuck.
what's that?
We're kind of stuck.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just gonna move forward
You're stuck between a rock and a sticky place.
Yeah.
just a little bit more.
Hey!
Like I don't think anything's gonna be helpful, but I'm just gonna shout out in Draconic, "We come in peace," and then just dodge action.
Come in peace as he dodges. Got it. And that takes us to Roderick the Mayor.
Well, that's what I was going to do in Draconic, so I'll just pass on that part.
Oh,
And,
sorry.
It's okay. I'm just going
Well,
to
you told us about the trap, right?
Well,
Yeah,
you
I did tell you.
You can say it with an
Yeah, it's
accent,
like
though.
right.
That's
You
why
can
we're
say it in
setting
a
up the
different
tiny
language.
hut and everything.
Elvish? I don't think it'll be helpful. I say in Draconic,
What he said.
Obaitai behind you, you hear in Draconic.
what he said.
Alright, anything else?
Nope.
Alright, that takes us to Beady Bats. They have to do another deck save, is that what you said?
Correct.
So as a whole, you said 15?
16 is the
Yeah, they
safest.
fail. So as you guys see movement starting to crawl through there, you start to see some movement stopping. And you see like fluttering, and you're seeing like some of like the spider webs starting to like jiggle and shit. So
Are they like normal sized bats now that I can see?
you can't see them yet. They're in the web, bro.
I'm tempted
What?
to just.
The web's
set
lit up.
the trap.
What is your turn? You can do a perception check maybe.
That's not what you do.
And so that's all that happens, right? Once they fail, they're stuck.
Yeah, and they have to make a strength check to get out.
But
A creature.
that was just movement. So now they could try to do a strength.
So yeah, each creature that starts its turn in the webs or enters them during its turn must make a dex save. On a failed save, it's restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free. The creature restrained by the webs can use its action to make a strength check against your save DC. If it
Okay.
succeeds, it's no longer restrained.
Well, let's see how strong they are with a -3.
They're going to use their action to do that.
That's going to be 8 -3, so that fails.
Yeah, I assume
So
they would
with a
be
5
stuck.
strength, they get a little bit more stuck in there. Like, oh shit, that wing doesn't flutter anymore.
Well,
That takes us to that was Chrome.
I don't know what to do now at this point.
I'm gonna take out a javelin
Oh dear.
Okay.
and I'm gonna throw it so it scatters across the ground where the trap was.
That's like a warning
The
shot.
trap is like in the webs and behind it a little bit.
Cool. I'm gonna try to aim it.
You're gonna throw it through the web.
I'm gonna try to hit it so the metal tip of the spear bounces on the walls or the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one time, and you can tell me if you want to keep doing it. There's spider webs in the entire.
I'm gonna try it
tower,
anyways.
So you can try to throw it through the webs.
Sure.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Javelin is strength, right?
Correct.
Cool. Non-natural 20.
Dirty 20. So fuck it. The javelin. You try to bounce it. You're trying to bounce it off the ground.
So it's cling, cling, cling.
Just set off the trap.
So as it hits the ground in front of the webs, kind of like you were expecting, it fucking hits, and then it actually slaps, whoosh, and then that slap kind of pops the front up, as it's now like the webs there off the ground, and it's now stuck in the webs.
So no trap went off.
No trap went off.
Anything else?
That's it.
That takes us to Locke and then Val.
Oh, and my free action, I'll say, now what?
Did the trap? So nothing happened with the trap.
The javelin is like 8 feet-ish in. It's kind of like maybe just made it into the web.
Wait, where's the trap in comparison to the web? Behind it?
Like right behind.
You have that red.
It's where the smiley face is.
Red marker. So it's behind the web.
Yeah. Because he was trying to stand back from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that was the stone that where the warmth was. Well, this
Okay.
is kind of like
Dead marker.
I
Unfortunately.
haven't used them in so long.
Yeah, that's okay.
I need to go buy another set.
Okay. So it's my turn.
Yes, and then Val.
Okay. I'm gonna just. Can they give me a nod if I like ask? Should I set off the? You said you were trying to set off the trap. Did you say you were trying to set off the trap?
No, I just was thinking it real quick.
Okay. I'm gonna try and set off the trap. I'm gonna say. And can the rest of the party react to that with a nod or a shake of the head?
Sure.
Okay.
Nothing else to do.
Everybody's like,
I'm like, okay.
I think we're far enough back.
Yeah.
Well, I have to be within 30. I have a 30-foot range to set off the trap. With my
Okay, go for it.
sound. So I would have to move up. I think.
Try to be within the radius of the special thing.
What special thing?
The ring of power, whatever.
How
it is.
big is your ring of power?
6 squares
It's
from him.
30 feet.
30 feet
Okay.
centered on me.
1, 2, 3, 4. I could easily be within it. I think that's 30 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's close. So if I did it right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be loud enough.
I don't know. What is it you're trying to do?
I'm trying to minor illusion, like a loud sound,
A roar.
like
roar.
like a
Like a
something
gong
to
going off?
yeah, like a crash of cymbals.
And where's the source of the sound?
It would be right here. So it'd be right next to the. So would that be, like as loud? It says as loud as a scream. So. Yeah, we'll do a sound of cymbals going off.
Okay.
And I think as I'm doing that, I'm going to drop prone. I will do the sound of the cymbals, and I will drop prone.
So you guys hear bouncing off the wall as these cymbals. And it kind of like, oh shit. And then you see Locke kind of hit the deck. And then Val, as you look, you see Locke now laying down, and you're still a rock, but you can see.
Okay.
And you still see the bats all kind of like stuck in this web. And you hear this loud cymbal echo, but you don't see anything else happening. So give me give me a history or an insight. I'll let you pick.
Okay. We're gonna go inside.
All right.
14.
I would say that's enough. Having seen your guess is the source of this sound has to be in the warm zone. If you're trying to trigger it.
Just outside of it.
One more square, bro.
Well, I did want to be within Roderick's thing. Because
I'm just telling you.
I don't want to turn into mush. That is that's happened before.
Okay, Val, what do you want to do, buddy? You're a rock. You're a.
If I move
You're
out,
not a rock gnome.
if I-
You're a rock halfling.
The rock doesn't move with you now.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like if I move out of the rock, does the rock dissipate?
Nope,
That's the other
stays
question.
there.
Okay, stays there. So
we
I'm
see you
going
come out of
to.
But don't try to climb on top of it.
No, I'm
You step on it.
I threw
Maybe I can get some more feet up here.
an illusory lake at my
I'm
party,
going
and they just
to-
jumped right in.
Is there any like loose rocks? Is there any like loose rocks around me? Like up here?
Sure.
Okay.
There's
I'm
one
gonna
right
move
behind you.
forward. No.
I can drop concentration on the web, but the bats are stuck, and they're going to be stuck for a minute. There's nothing. There's very little chance of them getting out of that.
Okay. And then I am going
With a -3 to strength? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
they were pretty stuck.
6 stack.
You're basically rolling them so they live and die as one thing. You're not rolling 10 different
As a
bats.
swarm.
A swarmy.
And I'm
not-
going
yeah,
to
I'm not gonna roll
cast
20
a
different.
first level catapult to pick up a rock and chuck it 90 feet through.
So it's got to get through the web and
Yeah.
get into the.
A 20 didn't make
So say that again. Catapult does what?
Catapult is.
Is that a spell?
It
Yeah.
is a first level spell.
First level spell. Okay, and then read it for me, please.
And then choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds within range
Yeah.
that isn't being worn or carried. The
Okay.
object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground. stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the object strikes a target and stops moving. An object strikes something, the object that and what it strikes each take 3d8 bludgeoning damage. And then at higher levels, it increases the maximum weight of the objects by 5 pounds and then adds another d8 for each slot above the first in damage.
Okay, so you're picking like a lighter one though?
Yeah, I'm picking a rock that probably weighs like 3 pounds.
And what was the first damage it was? If the dodge fails?
If the dodge fails, it is
3d8.
yeah, 3d8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and throw that rock as you cast the spell, and the rock goes and it hits the area where the webs are. Go ahead and roll the 3d8.
Okay. 16 damage. And they have to be a save of Dex 15 save.
I'm sorry, how much damage?
16.
16. Each 10. It's not going to dodge, so it's going to take. So, what happens is the rock hits the front of the web, and it just starts wrapping around as the rock continues to go through the first square, the second square, and you destroy. You basically punches a hole 10 feet into the web before the rock stops. 16 damage, right?
Yes.
It gets 10 feet through the web. So it's 5, 10.
About here, so I'm just short of it.
Yeah, and so then it just kind of like hangs there. It's now got so much web attached to it.
Around
Just
it?
kind of,
Okay.
so there's like a little hole that just like it's punched through, and then it like stopped. It ran out of energy.
Right. Momentum from
Yeah.
the slowdown.
Okay. Yep.
Just hoping
So
to make it through.
10-foot hole.
All the way to the end of it. Right.
Should I mean, I can drop the web if you guys want me to drop the web. But
Good idea.
stuck.
I'll take it.
I could just. Also,
Alright, is
I
that
could
it?
Just down?
Yeah, that would be action.
Minor illusion?
What?
You don't have minor illusion?
No.
Okay.
Okay, Obadiah, you're up,
No, I'm yeah.
and then Roderick.
All I'm gonna do at this moment is suggest and say out loud, you guys just want to try the other path at this point. And then
Fuck this! Let's go the other way.
just a suggestion and then dodge. Action dodge.
What was your
I
suggestion?
gotta say, I kind of like that.
That's pretty much one goes.
That's pretty much
That's
pretty much what the pilot would say. Is like, fuck this stupid shit. Let's go find
So-
something.
Yeah, my
I
web
like that.
lasts for. Oh wait, web lasts up to an hour. I thought it was a minute.
Okay, Roderick.
So we can just go the other way.
Roderick, you're up, buddy.
All right, move me up a couple squares just so I keep
Oh, I
everybody
love
in my.
Right here, good for you?
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Everybody's
Or we
still-
can try and
still
throw out
in
the
there.
trap one more
And
time.
I'm just gonna shout in Draconic, Fury, don't make us kill your bats. We're sent here by Dredranurch.
Alright, roll a persuasion or an intimidation, whichever one you're trying to do.
Oh, great! I rolled a
Ah.
fucking 3. But I get 13 for persuasion, so I get 16.
So persuasion?
16
So
with a
16 on persuasion?
God bless.
Okay.
That's the power of being a bard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I rolled
I'm
a
dumb
3
as a,
and
I'm dumb
it's
as
a
a rock,
16.
but I'm convincing.
Like, wait, a plus 13? What the fuck was that? Okay. Anything else?
I love
That's it.
Alright, the bats roll a strength
Strength check, not save.
Oh! It's a raw 19.
So it's
For
a
a
18,
16.
17, 16.
That just saved.
Are you kidding me? Is it for every 5 feet though?
No, it's only if they enter it or start their turn in it.
They started their turn in it.
Yep. So they make the save. They can move out as if it's difficult terrain.
What's
Are
the
you-
movement?
Are you kidding me?
They had already moved into difficult terrain. and they
Apparently
can-
the web was weakened by the catapult.
So you guys,
Sorry.
you guys see these shadows
Goodness
now
sake, dude.
starting to kind of, they've wiggled enough that some of the webs now getting loose and they're breaking off, and they are now within. Now you can see because
Are they big ass bats?
they're all within the first 5
wolf
feet
bats?
of the web. They're still kind of like in there with the difficult terrain, but they're now dragging their way through there, and they look like normal sized bats, but there's like a bunch of them. kind of like some of them, like they kind of look like they could have been big, but there was like 2 or 3 of them. And you realize, oh, it's a bunch. It's a whole bunch of them, but they're.
Did they make it all the way through?
No, they're on the first 5 feet.
So they still have to make another save.
You said difficult terrain, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're now. You guys see them. They're
You're
in the.
probably gonna get stuck.
They're in the last 5 feet for them, but the first 5 feet that you can see them all right there now.
Oh, so last 5 feet of the web. Okay, gotcha.
The first 5 feet going this way, which is the last 5 feet, as they've made it through
Right.
it now.
Okay.
All right, that takes us to Carome. You see those bats? They look like a bunch of little ones.
Screw this. I'm gonna take out another javelin. I'm gonna run forward.
I tell you what, if you want to aim for that hole that he's created,
Oh no, I'm just gonna run up and poke the ground right in front, right at the trap. Just like,
back here.
No,
The trap's all the way back.
yeah, I'm gonna run there and
You're
just.
gonna run through the web
Yeah.
into the bats?
Yeah, I have advantage on dex saves against this. I can see it.
Oh, well, fair enough.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
Alright.
40, 45.
That's true. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Let him cook.
it's like in the room of the lasers going.
Yep.
What's the save I need?
16.
No, it's a 6. Or
you got excited.
there.
You got excited for me to.
Meanwhile, Chrome stuck in the way.
I would be
Hey,
so
guys!
tilted.
Chrome web.
How's this going?
Non-natural 20.
Yep, he saves.
Cool.
You can move through its difficult terrain.
Wait, that was dex save though, right? To get through the web.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have a 20 dex save. Okay.
Well, plus 3.
I don't know.
Uh,
It's not my character.
I moved 60, so sure.
5, 10. This was 45.
Add 15 to 45. That's
Wait,
60.
those were difficult terrain.
But I add 60 anyways, and also. Oh no, I can't avoid it because I didn't make an attack with mobile. Whatever. That's fine. Okay, I end there. For my action, I stab right into the trap right here with the
Okay.
spearhead.
And you're just trying to like make noise.
Yeah, just with the metal. Just getting sick of just doing nothing.
Oh yeah, the bats weren't enough. Let's set off the trap and see what really was supposed to come at us.
Part of me is curious about what'll happen. Part of me just wants to see if it stops
Can I
the
see if
bats.
the green one works?
Let's find out. There's 2 green ones. So
Part of me
maybe
just wants to see
one
what
of them
happens.
will work. Oh man.
Let's see.
Dude, I don't think I'll die. I have enough health. Also, it'd be really funny if it only affects things in the zone.
So Chrome,
Yep.
you see this entire area as you make that chunk. Your javelin strikes hard, and then the sound just starts to echo through, and then the floor just drops as your javelin like whoa, it wasn't there. That entire floor just drops. And as you see it drop, you're not sure exactly how far down it goes, but then all of a sudden, you see like a puff of like smoke and dirt fly up, and then you see like green glowing, and as you look into it, there's green flames down at the bottom of this pit, lighting up the entire area there.
That was kind of anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic. Should have stomped on it with your damn feet. Then like double stomp, jump right on it.
So the bats are still there though?
Yeah,
It wouldn't have affected the bats at all.
No, it would not have affected
The
them.
bats are behind him.
Clever,
now.
clever
Clever girls.
Give me a perception check.
18.
18, yeah. As you start to see all those green flames and you start to kind of like focus and look, it looks like there is like a metal grate, which is now like the bottom of this pit, and those green flames are coming up, burning through that like metal grate.
I mean, eventually the
Trying
bats
to
stop.
roast and toast us.
That's
Gotcha.
what you see there. All right,
They don't ignite the web, do they?
they're
To
down
ask
in a
that
pit.
question.
It's
Okay.
pretty. It's how deep was it? It is 20 feet deep. So no, the flames are only going up about halfway, so about 10 feet up. Henceforth, that's why the floor was warm.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Well, the flame was just on. It was just like you could feel it.
On the whole time. Okay. That makes sense.
Until the floor basically crumbled and fell through that grate.
Gotcha.
So the floor fell 20 feet. The flames are going up 10 feet, so there was like a 10-foot gap in between, but enough time that started warming up the floor above it. Okay.
Okay.
So, Chrome, are you done?
Well, that was cool. Yeah, I'm done.
Lock of Ons,
Oh dear.
followed by Val.
I'm like on the ground.
Oh wait, can I shout something? The trap didn't work, guys.
Trap did work.
Well, it didn't work to stop the bats. That's what I meant.
What are we doing about these bats?
Kill them.
Now your turn.
I shouted, we're trying not to kill him.
Try not to kill him.
Are they his bats though, or just
Now
natural?
like Egan who was trying to negotiate with the dragon while everybody else is attacking it.
Yeah,
I tried to negotiate with the
I'm-
dragon.
So we could just go around. 'cause
We're not killing your bats.
So this is what Locke is considering right now. We can't push the wagon over that.
Well, not now.
Not right now. So we can't get the wagon over it. We kind of have to go around anyways.
Just leave the bats.
So
stuck.
I can hold that concentration for an hour.
Does that mean every 6 seconds you need to roll to see if they get out?
So I'm assuming it'll take
They'll
take
eventually
some
get
time for the bats to get out, but we can be long gone by that point.
So I roll another nat 19.
Yeah, you need to roll a 19 or a 20, so you have a 10% chance of getting out. It'll take him at least a minute to get out on average.
Or they'll be out in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Will we attack them?
Rolls a 20. Oh, cool.
we
Just
could.
one group of bats, right? There's like nothing.
Yeah.
Alright, it's your guys'
So
game.
yeah,
What do you wanna do?
I'm gonna say, we could just kill him, but we're trying to build some goodwill.
Let's just go around then.
The alternate, I guess the other theoretical alternate that I have is I have all my charges on the Helm of Teleportation. I can get us all over, teleport back, and then bring the cart. Because I can bring an object.
Am I wearing
I
that?
thought I was wearing it. I thought we gave it back to me.
Oh, okay.
So whichever one of us has it. I
That's
thought
fine.
I had it.
That's fine. I thought
I have it listed
I
on
thought
my.
you had a number of attunement slots issued. But
No, not anymore.
okay.
I'm good. So
Okay.
we can do that. I could Misty Step back, but that's while the bats are still there, like suspended in air.
Suspended in it.
We could just
The
teleport
bats are
to the other
there.
side of the thing and just
Yeah,
keep
you
going
can
that
see
way.
it, right? You can see the other side. You just teleport to the other side with everything.
Yeah, but I can't bring the
Well,
the
we
cart.
can't bring the cart with us.
I need to take one full teleport to take the cart
Because it's so big.
because I can only bring one object.
Oh, object.
So because it's an object, I can either bring 8 people or one object,
No matter how heavy it is.
no matter how heavy it is.
That's pretty fucking cool.
I think it says. I'll check to be sure, but I think it has.
And the helm has 3 a day?
Yeah.
There's 3
Can
charges.
it fit within a 10-foot cube? The object,
Not as it's drawn now.
A cart?
the cart. Yes or no?
For this purpose, it would work.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but you'd have to use all 3 charges.
I could Misty Step back, which would
Oh.
use one of my normal spell slots. So we'd have one spell slot for just
One
in case.
teleport left. Oh,
One
we're doing
teleport.
Scape.
No, it's not my turn. I do have a question.
Okay.
We've all been looking at these for a while now.
Bats?
Yes, the bats. Now they've gotten closer. Are they showing any actual form of aggression? Showing teeth?
Are they trying to run
Or
away?
are they just trying to get the hell out of the?
Did we scare them and now they're just running away?
They look stuck in webs and they look frantic. I
Yes.
mean, give me a perception. It's gonna be super high for trying to look for like growling,
Are they
growling bat face.
You've been doing me.
It's gonna be
dirty.
really high.
Batty, big bad
You
face.
could cut one of them out of
Make
there and
that
see what he
finish.
does.
No,
Drop
it's
the-
not-
let's just
it's
drop
gonna be
the
really
web
high,
and just
though. It's probably
Prepare
8.
for combat. If they
An
fly
8?
away, we're good.
Yeah, no, you see him like flipping around it. It's very dark and shadowy. The bullseye lantern is lighting up. It's also hitting like the webs. So it's really hard because they're moving so quick too. It's like you can't see the tiny little faces.
Because
and
now
stuff,
at this
so
point, it just almost seems like they're just trying to get out.
they're trying to
not
get
attack.
unstuck is what it looks like. Yeah,
Um,
best you can tell. They're either trying to get unstuck or they're trying to just bite the fuck out of you, and they just can't get to you yet. You don't know.
Okay, I'd bring that up.
All right, Locke, are you done?
Free one and see what it
I
does.
think Locke is
Okay.
going to. Yeah, I think he's gonna stay put and wait for input from the other characters.
Okay, that takes
He's
us-
just gonna like shrug.
Val, you're up, buddy.
What do you want to do, guys?
Behind you is a little silhouette of a rock that used to be in.
That rock is still there.
That's not a concentration. The rock.
Nope.
How long does that last?
1 minute.
Okay. That's very cool. Is that a cantrip?
It's minor illusion.
Oh.
It's a great spell. I love it.
Has Obi said that maybe we should just go the other way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said that.
No, I
last
said that
round.
out loud.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. Okay,
Now, why
so
would you go the other way? And then you saw Chrome like, fuck this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And you saw the floor like fall, and you can see this green glowing in front of him. He's like, it didn't work.
I think we should turn this shit around, and then for posturing's sake, that we're trying not to kill these things, I'm just going to step back into the stone. I'm gonna step back into the illusion.
Into the illusion of the stone. It's right next to that. Yeah.
He's like,
and I'm going to prep and attack with my short bow.
Alright, so you're gonna hold
Just in case.
You're gonna hold an arrow attack, and what's the trigger?
The trigger is if they break free and try to attack.
If a bat
Attacks an ally.
That attacks an ally.
Okay, so it'd have to be after an attack. So after a bat attacks, then you can shoot them. Okay, got it.
I'm starting to think they're not violent.
Okay, so that
I'm
was
starting to think
Val.
you're
So
shooting a
Obadiah,
bat,
it's your turn, sir.
Man,
Yeah, so I'm going to walk up to the edge and I'm going to try and delicately cut a bat out.
Oh, you're gonna walk up to the west.
Yes.
Got it.
Cut one out, be as delicate as I can, and then let it go.
Okay, so then give me let's just do a
Technically, they're
Animal
not stuck.
handling.
Technically, they're not stuck yet because they
In the
passed
most
the
literal
last test and then
sense.
failed the next one. So they're just trying to get out.
Oh
He's
yeah.
literally
Because
handling
you
Let's
also
do a
never
slide-
got an attack of opportunity.
Let's do a sleight of hand and try to grab one.
Okay,
Cause yeah, they're not stuck yet.
that's 17.
17? Yeah, so you grab one.
And
You got a bat in your hand.
I'm just going to let it go.
If you love something, set it
says-
free.
Roll a 100 for me. Roll a percentage.
Oh dear. This is the amount of damage it does.
It's a vampire.
It's an explosive bat.
No, they're all vampires. It's a swarm of vampires.
91? No. What the hell?
What the hell?
No, that's probably
Or 19.
19.
Okay. So with the 19, you guys just see Obadiah just kind of like takes his like glowing sword. It's glowing, right?
Oh.
What
It's
color?
radiant.
It's radiant. What color do you like?
It's gonna be yellow, like a very majestic.
So he's got this, and it goes
Golden
15 and
yellow.
15. So 15 bright and 15. He's kind of like he takes his sword, puts it in his. Or what's your dominant hand?
I'm ready.
So he puts it into his left. And he reaches up with the bat. He's like, "Yeah!" Just fucking grabs it right out of there. He's like, "What the?" Everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And he like he grabs it. And he like, and he goes. As he looks up to throw it in the air, it just falls. And you guys see it spiral with one wing that got crushed. And now it's flopping on the ground.
I don't think that was the intention.
He's too strong.
He's too strong.
A 19 on a 100. I mean,
I fucked it up. Oops.
it's got a busted wing.
Don't
and
mess
it's
up,
not
eh,
around.
Ron?
You grabbed it too hard.
All right, what else you got? We'll call that an action. We'll call that.
Locke, do you want help up? No, that's an action. I didn't be able to do that, huh?
Just drop concentration.
At this point, am I just dropping? I can drop concentration.
It's not your turn. It's
I don't need-
Obadiah's turn.
It doesn't need to be my turn for me to drop concentration.
So I moved
guys are
all
interrupting
of 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move still right next to Locke anyway.
Do you want to say something?
And then maybe you should just forget about the webs.
All right,
That's just me.
I'm staying on the ground though.
Okay, Roderick, it's your turn. Roderick!
So much
I
time for a group of bats.
You have not been hearing
Only
any
one
draconic
cup
answers
I thought that
coming
was
from
my
the hallway
phone.
right now.
Wait, there's one cup that's left. It's cool.
Eat it. Do it.
Do it.
Nobody wanted one or not. So.
No, I want it.
Well, all right then.
No! I'll roll you for it. 17.
Oh, okay, all right. 18.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, he didn't add his DM modifier. Plus 20.
It's
37.
always 20. It's always 20. What are you talking about?
Roderick Demare.
I got nothing.
Roderick Demare goes, I don't know, what do you guys want to do? Which takes us to the bats. They have to start their turn, so they have to do a dex save.
Dex save. Yep, 16.
I think
Watch
actually-
them pass
I
it.
think their dex is actually a positive. Dex is, yeah, plus 2. 12, 13, 14.
14 fails. They're stuck.
So they're like, we're coming! Oh, shit!
Not again.
And they all seem to, now they seem to be stuck in there. But they do a strength save
As their action.
as their action.
I believe it's only on subsequent turns with that
Oh,
save,
okay.
but
So they are stuck in there. So that takes us to Chrome.
Just drop the web, and I'm gonna have to make a deck save. 16 passes?
yeah, saves.
Cool. I save.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna walk out.
You know,
As I say-
back the same way.
Yeah. Do they opportunity
So,
attack me
about here.
as I walk by?
Okay. So,
Well, they're
Drop the web.
They're like
do we-
all
how far out
do
do
we
you
need
wanna
to be in initiative
right
for this?
here, just at the edge.
Or
Okay.
can I just
Drop the
we
web.
just drop out of initiative and I ask everyone to drop prone, and then I'll drop the webs? Can we just say that happens? No.
If you want, you say you can drop concentration anytime you want. Yeah, you can do that.
Well, but I
Just drop it. Just drop it now.
Okay, I just wanted everyone to be out of the bat's way. But if we have to go through a whole nother round of initiative for everyone to drop prone,
Well, I don't think they'll see me. I'm sitting inside. of a
okay,
box.
I'll just drop the webs.
Well, they use sonar.
The webs go away at the end of their turn, so it's Chrome's turn. You walked out. Anything else?
Yeah.
As you're like dodging all the stinkiness, you're like, I'm gonna go through this hole that I just came from, and you step out, you turn around, and look, and then it's all gone.
I'll stand next
You're
to the
like,
lantern so I can see things. Can you just move me in front of the rock?
Yeah.
In front of you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good. We go.
I end my turn.
Okay. And then that's
Can we just speed cycle
lock
to the
of
bastard?
odds, and then Mount lock.
Lock. So the webs are dropped.
Yep.
I'm just gonna tell everyone to get out of the way.
Get out!
Drop prone. Get to the side of the cave. Let him go.
Val, your turn.
Drop prone.
Inside the rock.
Inside the rock.
I'll
And
take
even
the
smaller.
dodge action as well as I'm.
Got it. Obaitai.
Okay, I'll just kneel behind my shield.
All right.
I'm gonna. Do I have to say erupt again to put my sword away?
What's your deactivation code? It could be a different word.
You told me no.
You
so
could
that's
say,
why
you could
I
say
asked.
derupt.
Derupt.
Disrupt.
Oh,
Disrupt. That's better.
Anti-rupt.
Derupt is funnier.
Derupt.
I don't know what kind of
Disrupt is
wizard put this
correct.
on.
But derupt.
Not sure at the moment, but I'm gonna put it away for now.
Bankrupt?
I'll come with that. I'm gonna kneel
He's just,
behind
he's
it.
just a stud. He takes his finger to the top instead of burning. He's like, yeah.
It's like putting out a
Yeah,
candle.
like you're.
like a can do like.
Just like, I'm too hot.
And is any of that involving an action or no?
Because
Because it's a bonus action to activate or deactivate.
So bonus action deactivated. Just like
Then
no movement to
I'm
kneel
gonna
down.
stand for dodge. So I'm just gonna go stand where I'm standing and then go down right by my shield.
So we're gonna consider you prone. You do have cover now as well, and you're dodging.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Takes us to Roderick Dumer. You're seeing the spider webs gone. The bats are now like catching themselves in midair.
Yep.
You saw Obaitai take a
I'm
knee.
gonna duck down behind the fire there, make them go through the fire to get to me.
Mhm.
Oh, the lantern.
It's a lantern, not a fire.
Oh,
okay. So you go ahead. Can somebody move him behind the lantern? And you're gonna go prone and take a knee as well.
Yep.
Okay, so you're like ducking behind this like 2 foot, 18-inch lantern as like cover. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's right. The bats won't fly.
Are you like laying on the ground, prone, or are you just
No,
taking
just
a knee?
taking a knee.
Okay, gotcha. Anything else?
So long to deal with.
And then that's the bats. And so then the bats, the first thing they see is Obaitai there. They actually swarm Obaitai. And they have disadvantage to hit you. But they have advantage because you're prone, so it equals out. And
They are bastards.
that's not gonna fucking work. That's only gonna be like a not enough. That's I don't even know your thing. 8.
20.
8.
20 is my AC.
So you're like that should like ding, 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 like, what the it's like bugs hitting the windshield. Ding 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 ding. It didn't work. And then of course the music shuts off. So that takes us to Chrome.
They're not fucking.
They're like all in
Okay.
in Obaitai space. He's
I'll
like
just go-
completely engulfed.
Okay. I'll go over and melee them with my fists.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and punch him.
Non-natural 20 for the first hit.
It hits.
Second hit. 15.
Yes.
Cool.
Damage.
Well, I'm not raging, so it's only going to be 12.
Total of 12 damage.
Yeah, 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, got it. So you see like several of them just get knocked the fuck out. You're seeing like several, like one of the punches like broke 2 of them, like. So So like the swarm is still fluttering around, and some of them latched on, and they're like kind of climbing through around, right? However, you're knocking a bunch of them out, but there's still a bunch left. Anything else?
That's all I can.
All right, Locke, you're up, and then Val.
Just kill them.
Are they like around everyone?
They're swarmed around Obaitai.
They're just bats. They're mindless bats. Kill them.
Do I burn a fireball for this?
What?
No, I can careful spell. You guys, I can avoid you guys. Show off my fancy new meta magic, but I don't want a fireball.
It's a 3rd level spell. How many do you got?
I have 3. Or I have 3. I'm full on slots.
If you really want
to just solve the problem.
If you're just like, I'm sick of this, let's move on.
Yeah, I'm at that point. I'm sick of it.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Fireball. I'm a careful spell with 1 sorcery point. I will choose a number of creatures equal to my Charisma modifier. So 4 creatures. I guess me and these 2, and we will. Oh shoot, that's just an automatic save. They still take damage. They would still take half damage. So they're only around Obi.
Yep, they're swarming around Obaitai.
Wait, will you still take half damage?
You would still take half damage because it's only that you succeed on the save, not that
There's
you...
no special. You succeed on the save and take.
Well, actually, he's still inside of my whatever it's called.
Oh, that's
So
right.
you take no damage?
Circle
Take
of
no
power.
damage.
If he makes a save, he takes no damage.
Okay. So then
saving throws against spells or magical effect. Is that?
it's a spell.
qualified?
Yeah, it's fireball. So you would take no damage then from the circle of power. Neat interaction.
By the way, you have advantage on your saving throw.
So you'll auto save though.
I've rolled 2 2s.
No, you
before.
auto save from me. I spend 1 sorcery point if we're all within it. Yeah, I'm no longer.
So if he would have advantage on it, and if he saves, he takes no damage instead of half
I'm
damage.
just gonna use my evasion.
It doesn't really matter in this case, but so
It makes me feel cool.
okay, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna careful spell cast fireball.
Okay.
Centered on myself.
And it goes 30 feet, and it doesn't touch anybody else but the 3 of you, and you're making them not get damaged.
Yep.
Okay.
So
all right. So
it's like a
Valman and Roderick, as you're a rock, and Roderick, as you are very strategically kneeling behind this rather small lantern, that you guys just see this explosion. And then, of course, that wall of fire is just coming right at you. You guys are like, and then it just like stops right in front of you. You guys can just feel the heat. It's kind of like, holy shit, my eyebrow's still there. And then Obaitai and Chrome and Locke, you guys are just like, engulfed in fire. You're like, oh, this is gonna hurt. You're like, what the? I do not feel hurt.
Yep.
And you guys are just smelling burnt hair because they got hair and skin and flesh. The fucking bats just
Hey, you
melt.
hungry?
The bats just melt. I mean,
There's dinner.
some of them just like turn into like little balls of like melted goo as they hit the ground. And there's a giant black scorch as on the walls. It's
Cool. Well, there's one way to deal with the problem.
Yeah.
Fireball.
and you guys are out of it.
I was impatient.
There's an issue. Fireball.
I got a little.
Oh, by the way, is the flame still going? They're just like.
The green flame?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're still just non-stop going.
Unless we can find a switch.
Does it seem to be a spell? Can we? I don't have detect magic because
I have just spell magic.
Where
I could use
is
on it if you
supposed
want.
to
Does anyone have a way to
When I
move
checked the
Earth or
when
whatever
I
to
checked the
cover it
check
up or
earlier,
something?
it did not seem magical.
Okay. So the options for getting it over, theoretically, we could use. How much do we estimate it weighs? Is it over 700 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
But is that a deal breaker on your
Well, for the sake of, I was thinking I could use Bigby's hand to carry it over.
Yeah.
But it would be because Bigby's hand could carry around over 700 pounds.
Well, you could probably carry giant piles of gold over, then carry the card over, then reload it up.
That's possible.
But then again, that would take a while.
Well, it would take a while. So I mean, or we could just teleport over.
a hot minute because there's.
Yeah. The other. So I mean, I'm
So
thinking.
is the part that fell out of the ground like 20, 30 feet long, or can we see the other side? Where...
Just take the
No,
cart.
Was it
looks
20
like
feet there?
Yeah, it's 20 feet.
Okay. Just take the cart. I can carry everyone over. I got boots of flying.
Well, I got slippers of spider climb. So,
So you
I'll
guys
just-
are
I'll
gonna,
just
you guys are
climb
gonna grab
over.
like a handful of gold and like carry over
Well,
and put a
well,
pile on
I
the
can
other
just
side?
teleport.
Yeah, he
I'll
teleports the
teleport it
thing over, and I just like carry people on my shoulder and fly over.
Oh, I got you.
How high's the ceiling?
The ceiling here, we're gonna say it was within the 20 feet, so the spider web went all the way up.
So we could potentially save. So we could potentially save some of those teleportations. I have a grappling hook and can try and hook up to the ceiling. We rope across one by one.
Well, if he can carry,
I can
Pitfall
just carry
style.
you across.
Yeah. I got a grappling hook.
I can
So
carry
you-
people across. I
or you
literally
could just-
fly. I have boots of
That's-
flying.
You did say that.
so yeah,
Wait,
I didn't know.
no, that's
he
cool.
can fly. He can fly.
They
he can
fly
fly.
now. Is that the... They fly now.
That
They
was-
fly
that
now.
was stormtroopers, right? They fly now? Oh, they
Yeah.
fly now.
So yeah, I think Locke is just gonna helm of teleportation. He's gonna he's gonna wait for the party to go across.
I'm
first.
gonna go across first and investigate on the other side. See if there's
I'm
any
gonna-
more traps
I'm gonna
before we
see-
start sending people over.
I am gonna see a rogue walking on the wall. I'm gonna be like, Night Breeze.
You want me to knock him down?
Night Breeze was his old character. He put in our party because we needed a rogue.
And it was an option, and you guys took it. I didn't put him.
The party
We
hated it.
hated him.
They just resented that my PC
We
was
resented.
so awesome,
Oh.
and that they didn't make him.
Yeah, I mean he was only 12 levels higher than us. Oh no.
Only.
And
So-
it was very expensive to hire.
I will I'll use the slippers of spider climbing and climb across on the wall.
So you guys see Valman just kind of like appear out of this rock that was in the cave. And you're like, what's up, guy? And as he's walking down the base of the cave, he just starts to he puts a foot up on the wall and just keeps going. As he's just walking sideways with his little cloak hanging down like it's nothing. And he walks across.
Why didn't we use these options before?
It's him, not me.
Why did I use these options before? It's a sound activated trap, man. I didn't trust you. I didn't trust a cart.
Yeah,
to
when
make
he
that
walks, the
stealth
suction
check.
cup sounds.
Oh.
And I'll make my way over, and then I was going to investigate the other side to see if there's any more traps waiting for us.
So just like on the other side of the hole.
yeah, the
Okay,
hole.
got it.
Yeah. So I'm over here now.
So as you're as the hole is on the edge of your heels right behind you, you're in that 5-foot square next to it. Go ahead and roll an investigation as you're actively searching.
28.
It seems like that area immediately after that hole seems to not have a trap that you can find.
Let's go, boys.
I'll move another 20 feet forward.
Okay.
Check again.
Roll again.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, well, now you're fucked. Alright, so now, plus what, a 13, so 33 or some shit?
It's plus 11, so 30.
Fucking 30. So 20 feet past, it looks like you don't sense any traps there either.
Is it
As
clear?
there's not any.
Okay. Appears. I'm gonna make my way back over again, and then tell everybody, hey,
All the way across the fire again?
make my way back. Yeah,
the
across
edge?
the fire. Sure, why not?
Are you gonna go on the wall or on the ceiling?
I'm gonna go on the walls,
Which wall?
the right hand wall, from where I'm facing. So it would be your left hand.
Okay, gotcha. So Obitai, you see that halfling just walk on the wall again, like it was the fucking room tilted or something. Just like it was nothing.
Inception.
Cloak hanging down, but he's still walking on the wall. He's looking right at you like, what?
And
You can't do this too?
I come over. I'm like, okay. Seems like there's no more traps on the other side of this. We can start shipping people across.
Okay, sounds good. I'll carry people across and fly over.
Don't forget your bullseye light lantern.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over and grab that. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna. pick
Who's
this
first?
back up.
Walking across.
And then I'm gonna make my way back.
You're just
across.
teleporting with the thing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for everyone else to be
You're right
across,
next
and then
to
I'm
me,
gonna
just take me
jump.
I'll take Obi over first.
Okay, so you're using your boots of flying, and you're strong enough you can carry one person at a time, right?
Yes.
Sure, you get everybody across.
Cool.
Woo. So,
And then I'm gonna put my hand on it and snap my fingers and say, "Oh no."
So everybody on the other side, you clear a spot big enough for Locke and the cart to appear, and then Locke kind of goes, abracadabra, 1, 2, 3, poofy, poofy, Now you didn't. Now you don't see me, and now you do. Poof, and he's on the side. Poof. Okay.
Can you dimension door an object with you?
What?
Can you dimension door an object with you?
I don't have dimension door.
So guys, this
I
is
got
where we will pick up next time
We're literally wet like 20
on
feet.
Bloodlines Power.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
Bats.
it's a magic item. I actually would have
So
more slots
you
for
guys
that
have
than I have
successfully
for
crossed this green fire-laden trap with the cart of loot, and we will see where this tunnel takes you. Next time on Bloodlines Power. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Really, we tried everything to not kill those bats. We really